This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hey everybody, this is Chase from Barrel Age Flicks. Go ahead and check out our Patreon for raw, uncut footage and early access to all of our episodes. The link is in the description, and it's only $5 a month. Thanks for listening.
Goldie's dead. I've been framed for murder, and the cops are in on it.
Open up, please.
I'll be right out.
Looking for Nancy Callahan?
Eyes to the stage, Pilgrim. She's just warming up.
Made a terrible mistake. We need to get out of here right this second.
This clown's out of control. I followed him here to make sure he didn't hurt any of the girls.
Us helpless little girls.
It's time to prove to your friends that you're worth a damn. Sometimes that means dying. Sometimes it means killing a whole lot of people.
Walk down the right back alley in Sin City, and you can find anything.
Welcome to Barrel Age Flicks. This is Ron. Somebody punish me, please. And in the show we have... Hey, this is Stu. Get in my jelly belly. Also including...
Hey, this is Ragnar.
Vagina and tata. What a scary phrase.
And finally... Fuck you, Chase!
Yeah, fuck me. All right, hey everybody.
What is up, everybody?
Really?
Welcome to BAF.
Yeah, you're in for today, huh?
We have a guest on our show today. We have Chris.
Chris,
Welcome, Chris.
Hello.
Hey,
From
what's up?
Spoil My
What's up,
Movie
guys?
Review. We are so glad to have you,
you.
man. Go ahead and plug your show, buddy.
Well, Spoil My Movie, the podcast on every major platform, and we're on the socials. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook and
OnlyFans.
Threads. And, yeah, we might have an OnlyFans soon. Sure, we're gonna watch movies and grill.
Yeah, that's by popular request right there.
Yeah, exactly. But we've got some cool stuff going on, and if you're looking for us, you'll find us because we're all over the place.
You are our first ever guest, other than on our tasting rooms, for a full regular show. So this is BAF history right here for streaming.
I'm super flattered.
Yeah, so we are really glad to have you. Today, we are doing Frank Miller's Sin City, released April 1st, 2005, directed by Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller, and guest director Quentin Tarantino. Robert Rodriguez is a new BAF Hall of Famer.
Good for him.
The Faculty, Grindhouse, Planet Terror. So now we have Sin City. He's also done...
Did you just verbally hyphenate those two movies? There's supposed
Yes,
to
he
be a
did.
comma there.
What movie? What did I say?
It was Grindhouse Planet Terror. I was
Grindhouse's Planet Terror. There you go.
okay, it just
Fix that.
sounded weird.
Yeah. The all right, I don't know if I'm saying this right. The El Macarai trilogy.
Yeah,
So
El
that-
Macarai.
Is that how you say it? Okay. Also the Spy Kids trilogy.
Fuck yeah.
Alita, Battle Angel, From Dusk Till Dawn, which is actually one of Stu's movies this year. So that'll be number 4 for Robert Rodriguez, and so many more. Frank Miller is the writer of the graphic novels, which he's done. I'm wondering if any of you, Stu has heard of these. He did Daredevil. He did Ronin. He did The Dark Knight Returns. He did Hard Boiled. And I'm sure everybody knows 300. So it's... The only movies he's directed is The Spirit, and he also co-directed A Dame to Kill For, Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. So Robert Rodriguez has said that he does not consider this movie to be an adaptation, so much a translation. This is why there is no screenwriting in the credits. The only mention of writing is Frank Miller as the creator of the graphic novels. So I'm really excited about this episode because I saw this movie in the theaters. Did you guys see this in the theaters at all? Any of you guys?
Nope. I can't remember.
Oh, you probably saw this one on Blu-ray or something like that. Chris?
I did.
Oh, you saw it in the theaters?
I think I did see it in the theater. Yeah.
Yeah, so this movie had a budget of $40 million. It made $74 million domestic, and it made $158 million worldwide. So it was a good moneymaker. The amazing cast of this movie, it's got a fucking huge cast. We got Bruce Willis, we got Clive Owen, we got Mickey Rourke, we got Jessica Alba, Rosario Dawson, Alexis Beadle, Jamie King, not Jamie King, Benicio del Toro, Elijah Wood, Carla Gugino. You know who I'm talking about?
Benicio del Toro, Rosario Dawson.
Okay, I messed up just a couple.
No, I just know because Elle is going to fry you alive.
Yeah.
She will.
Probably. Nick Stahl, Michael Clark Duncan, Josh Hartnett, Brittany Murphy, Powers Booth, which I fucking love him. He always plays a good villain. Michael Madsen, Marley Shelton. Now, Marley Shelton is a new BAF Hall of Famer.
Okay.
She was in The Sandlot and she was in Planet Terror.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Really?
So she was in Planet Terror. She was the girl that got her hand all fucked up on the door. And then she was the lifeguard in Sandlot. And another one, Rutger Hauer.
Yep.
What?
Who?
Rutger Hauer.
What? Who?
You say it.
No.
I'm not saying the third time.
No,
I'm not.
Try it.
You did it right for like an entire 2 hours
Yeah.
on another show.
Rutger Hauer.
Okay.
Close enough.
Yeah, we'll give you that. There you go.
I tried, okay?
It's like you purposely misplaced letters.
I don't know why. It just automatically
it
happens.
really
No,
is.
scroll up to the top.
Then we also have Frank Miller doing a cameo as the priest that Marv kills.
Oh, in the confessional.
When he's doing the confession. That's Frank Miller right there.
Really, that was him?
That's Frank Miller.
And there's somebody else in there that you haven't mentioned yet.
Who?
Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, you're
Yeah,
right.
man.
He was the guy. I forgot. Me and
He
Sammy
was
were
the guy.
watching
Yes,
that.
you're right. He was the guy.
He was the guy
blonde
that sitting there with the when they were talking about the car and he was doing like the deep voice and everything.
He was so weird blonde.
It was.
And buzz cut.
Yes.
Yeah, I completely forgot about
I'm
that.
thinking that puffy jacket.
Yes.
I'm like,
Because
did Nick Offerman used to be fat? I don't remember that. What the fuck? And then I see a video without the fucking jacket. I'm like, oh no, he's skinny. Okay.
Yeah, no, he
He
was
was kind of ripped.
It was weird having him in there because was he big? He got big on The Office or was it
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec? And was he good in that?
And We're the Millers.
Well, he's been in a lot of other great, like he was also in The Last of Us TV series, the miniseries, and he also was in another one about the Tommy Lee Jones and Pamela Lee. He was in that too, which actually I thought his role was pretty good. I think he was like one of the porn kings or something like that. But we're gonna go ahead and do the drink, which is
What'll it be, Marv?
A shot in the brew, Shelley, and keep it coming.
Sure, honey. You take it slow now.
all right. So Stu's really laying his eyes on me right now because
Why?
I know. Okay.
No. Let him intro. Let him
Okay.
intro.
Yeah.
So
Let it eat.
I stopped myself.
okay,
I didn't say
so
anything.
I picked Jack Daniels.
Yes. So why did you pick Jack Daniels?
Because it's just a typical whiskey that you see in the bar. So I figured that it'd just be something.
Okay.
And plus, we've never done it before by itself. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So you said that he can't do it
I already knew I was going to get punishment for this.
On a movie that it
Because-
actually made
I know.
sense for.
I know.
because we already did it. These are air quotes.
Okay, but I thought we did.
For
but
the-
it was
for
that
those in
Tom
podcast
Collins
land.
and Fat Man. I thought we did it afterwards as by itself, but I guess we didn't. So I kind of screwed
I think it would
Stu
have
here
worked
because
for-
I told him that he couldn't do it.
for
and then I grabbed
Stargate
it.
because
In the very next episode, you fucking doing it.
Yeah, I know.
The
Yeah.
very fucking next episode.
Yeah, I
he's
know.
like, yeah, no, I'll do Jack Daniels because you have Jack O'Neill and Daniel
Jackson.
There we go, Daniel Jackson.
It would have been good for Stargate, so I deserve a punishment shot.
Okay.
So I will take it.
Thank you.
But also,
Damn right you'll take it.
I was
Thank you.
going to
Thank
back
you.
you up on this, but also for the brew today because Marv has a brew and a shot. I thought everybody could pick their like go-to beer that they would have at a bar. So, Ragnar, what are you drinking for your beer?
Kentucky Bourbon Ale.
Stu.
Shit is so good.
Corona Familiar.
All right. Chase.
The old trusty rusty Blue Moon.
Chris.
Guinness.
And me, Guinness also in the bottle. Yours is in the can, mine's is in the bottle. So let me go ahead and
Yeah.
It's in the bottle.
spin this fucking wheel. Oh God, it's gonna be fucking something like shitty here. It's gonna be a self-destruct.
Might be.
So done with Malort lately.
Daddy picks. It's
Okay,
my
how do you guys
show.
want to handle this?
It's my show. We've done this before. It's my show. I get to pick.
We've done it before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
Standing rules then.
I will take a shot of Jameson. So I'll take a shot of Jameson after before our break. All right. So let's go ahead and do our shot of Jack Daniels. Chris, cheers, buddy.
Cheers to you.
Gross.
Skull.
I didn't get cheers. There you go. Never been my favorite. Okay. Who goes first?
It's Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about it?
But I'm curious. We've never done a review, so
No, I know.
good.
I mean,
No,
it's,
and you chased it with your beer, right?
yeah. I mean, it's Jack Daniels. It's nothing Jack Daniels.
What you doing there, host?
Unprepared.
What you doing there, host?
Chasing with the beer.
Okay, yeah. Took a while.
There you go.
He wasn't prepared.
So, actually, I really like it, chasing. Because Blue Moon makes a great product, I think. But they don't have anything that's like barrel-aged ale.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking love that drink.
Yeah.
You just can never find it. But I tell you what, popping a shot of Jack Daniels, chasing it with this, it like gives the beer a real deep, oaky flavor. I like it a lot.
Very nice.
Well, I'm going to redo mine so I chase it the right way so I have a better review. So I don't mind doing that.
Okay.
I won't be able to host it.
Excuse me. It's not like you did it the wrong way.
Well, still, I'm going to have it. Just fuck it. Just let me do my thing. All right, Stu, what's your review?
We didn't get an actual.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up, actually. Yeah.
You give it 2 thumbs up with that.
Yep.
All right, Stu.
It's one. It's fucking Jack. We all know what Jack is. If you don't know what Jack is, where the fuck have you been all your goddamn life? It's a staple whiskey in America. It is. It's what it is. Is it the greatest in the world? Absolutely not. Is it gutter trash? No, it's not. It's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a classic for being chased by a beer for a reason. They work well to temper each other.
All right, so chase with the beer. It's a 1. Yeah. Okay. So 2, 1. Ragnar.
It's a 1. Just like Stu said, it's Jack Daniels. It's been around a long time.
Did you feel like it changed how you took the beer?
No, not at all. No, I don't think so. I think if it was fucking maybe a local draft,
Yeah, that might.
at the bar or something, maybe. But like, it's a 1. It's Jack Daniels. Regular Jack Daniels Tennessee whiskey isn't anything special.
Yeah.
You've got the different bottles that are a lot better than just regular
Yeah, no,
Jack.
this is
So
generic.
there was a whole bunch. There was like Tennessee Honey. There was Gentleman Jack, of course, which I think is in the $60 range because this is about $26 right here.
Yeah, like this is
I mean,
standard, cookie cutter. This is American whiskey.
I'd be willing to try out the other Jack Daniels because there's a shit like I've never had Gentleman Jack.
It's good.
I've never had
I
Gentleman
got
Jack.
a pocket bottle up in the fucking truck right now.
Okay, well,
Gentleman Jack.
well, on your break, bring it back. I've never had Gentleman Jack. I've always had normal Jack Daniels and never liked it. The Sinatra Select, I think I get like a 2.5 or
Is that the shitty day stash?
No, that's us. I was
Lunchtime.
actually just given that today by Token.
Oh, Token gave that to you?
Yeah, Token. Well, he'll go to the ABC store, the liquor store for those not in Virginia.
Yeah.
And on a semi-regular basis, and he's made good friends with his local liquor store employees.
Yeah.
And so they'll always just give him a handful of bottles, little airplane bottles and stuff like that. And so quite often he'll come in, here you go. Work. I'm like,
Tell
"Thank
me
you
you're an
very much."
alcoholic without saying you're an alcoholic.
No, he's buttering up the boss.
Have you had most of the Jack Daniels though?
I've had a lot of the Jack.
Oh, okay. See, the Sinatra Select though, that was your first time trying that, from what I remember.
For Sinatra Select, yes.
Yeah. All right, so you give it
How
a
was
1.
that?
Yep. Chris, what do you
You
give
want
here?
Sounds-
I'm with Stu and Ragnar. I give it a 1. It's mostly because it's kind of like classic. It's almost like for the image of it that I would give it the 1. But it's fine. It's basic. If it was Gentleman Jack, maybe 1.5. But and I didn't chase it with anything. It's kind of bland, considering all the other like whiskey choices that you have. So it's fine. 1.
I might actually have to amend it to 1.5. I'm not going to go down to a 1, but because it's not like stellar. But
you went from a 2 to a 1.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say that's a more proper evaluation, just because it does elevate the beer. I think with Blue Moon, I think it does elevate the experience.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I think I said 2 thumbs up just because I was so surprised that it actually did anything.
Well, I think that may be true because normally Blue Moon you have an orange slice.
Okay.
Yeah,
with
it's a very bright beer. You know.
Well, would you call Jack Daniels more of like a cocktail?
That tester bottle.
Oh, the tester bottle. Okay.
Yeah. Would you call Jack Daniels more of like a?
No, Jack. It isn't a mixer. No, Jack is.
Well, the Jack and Coke is like almost like the most like common thing for it.
And I know that is a mixed drink, quote unquote. But in my mind, that's not a mixed drink. That's Jack and Coke.
Jack and Coke. Yeah.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've never been a fan of Jack and Coke. Has never been a thing. I don't know. It's just something about it.
I mean,
I'm gonna go ahead and
a
give
cocktail.
I'm gonna go
I
ahead.
know. Technically, I know it is a mixed drink. It just doesn't feel like a mixed drink.
Do you know where cocktails come from?
Didn't you already say this in an episode?
Prohibition.
No.
No? I
Nope.
thought they came from Prohibition because they needed to mix the shitty alcohol with other stuff to make it taste better.
Incorrect. It is actually from the term cocktail, and what makes a cocktail originates from London during the peak of child labor, because the kids were hurting so bad from doing this hard labor and all that. They would give them booze, but they would hate the booze, so they would mix it with like a fruit juice or something, and that was your cocktail. And that's how they would have the kids. Are these edible buttholes?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Ron just starts. Are these custom molded?
Whose buttholes are these?
Chris, why don't you go ahead and launch us into this? First of all, I'm going to say,
Are these your buttholes, Chris?
these better
no
not.
comment.
I'm going to go ahead and give. Let me give my. Before you do that, I'm going to go ahead and give mine. Mine's a 1. A 1. I will give this a 1 for the Jack Daniels with the chase of the beer. No, seriously, but Jack Daniels has never been my whiskey. It's just never been my go-to. But with the beer, it's not bad. So I'll give it a 1. It's fine. It's good with the chaser. So 1. So go ahead and launch off to Chris to tell us what this is.
All right. So Elle,
you get one?
I give her full credit. She found
these are hers?
And
Chase, you got like really happy there. All right, you got really happy there, Chase. Just because Chris ain't in the same room with us doesn't mean you can act like that. All right, someone down now.
if they were hers, we wouldn't have sent them.
That'd be like an anniversary gift. I like that idea, though. Like, here you go, honey.
We have to send these to Barrel Age.
Your show is trash. Eat my ass.
That's a great fucking tagline.
You should follow punishment shots that not only do you have a punishment shot, but also you have to eat an asshole.
Yes.
Well, that was kind of the whole story, is that we found these and we said, you guys need to have these. They should accompany punishment shots, but really whenever you want. And yeah.
I want to mass order
So
these.
were you guys looking for chocolate buttholes?
You know what? Elle found them. So
No, this
maybe?
What was she looking for then?
Okay, no, this was the weird thing.
Chris, what you get into over there, man?
This was the weird thing. I go in my mailbox and I have a package and I'm like, from England. I was like, what the fuck? And Sammy was right there next to me. So I open this up and then open a box of chocolate assholes like from what the fuck? I don't know anybody in England. I don't know anybody in England. I was like, I had no idea. And I was like trying to go over.
No, honey, I don't know who would do this.
Is that your sir over over in
Holy
England?
shit.
And he sent you his butthole all chocolate.
To be fair, I would more so picture a mistress.
It's
okay?
Prince
I was
Andrew.
gonna say princess or mistress, but sir sounded a lot better.
Prince
for him.
Andrew.
they wouldn't let us put in a
Oh, God.
Better than
They
Albert.
wouldn't let us put in a gift message.
No,
we wanted
no.
to say that it was from us, but
No.
there was nothing.
No, I had to because I was like, I remember Elle saying that she sent us a gift,
This
and I was
is
like, oh, that's
fantastic.
great. And then she said, well, not really. I don't
How
think
do
it's
they
going to be
smell?
great. Nutty. But when I said, did you guys send us chocolate assholes? And then she said, yes. I was like, oh, fuck, relief. Because I didn't know what the fuck, where it was coming from.
Did you guys send us chocolate assholes? Oh, relief. That is an interesting sentence I don't think I've ever heard in my life.
So let's go ahead and eat these chocolate
All right,
assholes.
is it just regular chocolate?
I think so.
You know, the funny thing is that you have to make a mold,
Yes.
right? Before you
I wanna know whose
before you can
butthole it
pour
is.
these,
Yeah, it's got to
and
be
shit.
some porn star or something like that.
you know. So
It's Prince Andrew.
I want to know whose butthole this is.
Right after he got back from Epstein Island.
Holy fuck.
All right.
Cheers.
Some good chocolate.
it's a mighty tasty butthole.
It really is. Well, no. Nope. This is that waxy shit.
It's like Belgian chocolate.
No. Not Belgian. This is that fucking Kinder Egg shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right.
That is
I can,
Kinder chocolate.
I can see what you're saying there. I can see that.
Tinder chocolate.
Kinder.
No, you know those
Oh.
eggs with the fucking cream in them that
Yeah, I don't eat those.
they're fucking.
That's not correct.
I put all the cream there.
What is it?
No. The Kinder eggs are the ones that have the little toys and stuff inside.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
thinking-
American. He
you're
doesn't
thinking-
know that.
I'm thinking of the Easter eggs, the Canterbury eggs.
Yeah, the Cadbury eggs.
Cadbury, yeah, I was thinking
Okay,
about that.
yeah.
Well, it does still taste like
So
that chocolate.
there's American Kinder Eggs now that are filled with like a cream and a little nougat stuff.
Oh, okay.
Well, we will have to thank Chris and Elle for the little gift
Thank
that
you
they
for
sent
the
us
For the assholes.
of
Thanks for
chocolate
you for your
assholes.
buttholes.
Assholes for assholes.
This is fantastic.
All right, so now we have another bonus added. This is just another thing to review. So it's not Fat Man. Like we're going to be doing a whole bunch of drinks, but it's
say,
something
I can't
small.
survive another
still
Fat
owe a
Man.
Jameson shot.
Oh, I know. I'll get my Jameson shot. I'll take that right after the break. I'll pour a shot and I'll drink it right after the break. So we got Redemption Weeded Bourbon Whiskey. This is a shout out. What? Does it smell? It smells hard.
It smell like bad feet.
All right, Ernie. He did the Request for Criminal, that movie that we did, I believe.
With that not very good
Yeah, the one with
drink.
Tommy Lee Jones and Kevin Costner, I believe.
The one
Yeah.
with a not very good drink.
What was it? Larceny?
Yeah.
It was larceny. Yeah. I remember. Well,
Secret ingredient is
he
crime.
gave this to me to try out, and I thought I'd bring it to the table for us to try out. It's Redemption Weeded Bourbon Whiskey. It's 48% alcohol.
It's Flavier, right?
I have no idea. It just says whiskey product of the USA. If you want to read the back, go ahead. But it's something for us to try out.
Oh, Flaviar. Okay.
And it's
Well, so Flaviar is a company that sends out samples in like 7-packs.
Oh, yeah.
well, yeah, because this is A. There was also a B and a C from what I remember.
It's their play on flavor caviar.
But he gave this for us to try out. So hey, it's free booze. Can't complain. So let's go ahead and do it. Cheers. Shout out to you, Ernie. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ernie.
Is it rye?
No, it's wheat.
Okay.
A little sweet undertone.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
actually.
Well,
I don't mind it.
it says here
Very subtle
right
sweet,
up the
but
nose.
It is very subtle.
there's hints of mint, chocolate, pear,
I can definitely tell the mint, actually.
ginger, pepper, spicy, toffee, and sweet.
Just remember, we did eat a piece of chocolate.
yes.
I don't pick
that
up
might
any
add
ginger.
to it. That might add to it.
I definitely get some mint. I do not pick up any ginger, maybe toffee, but I feel like that's more of you convincing me that I have.
Lots
Tasty
sweeter than I
coffee.
expected, though. I expected something a little bit more.
Yeah.
I just really like the tiny little bottle.
Let's go a little fucking bottle to put something in.
Man, you could totally put your weed in there, man.
All right, so Stu, what do you get? I'm going to let you
Good
go
callback.
first.
That was a good callback.
Thank you very much.
I'll let you go first.
I'll give it a 1.5.
1.5.
It had its own voice,
Yeah.
its own flavor, and we've had so many bland, nothing special drinks. It's making me appreciate more and more when somebody has their own voice.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a daily drinker for me? No.
No.
Is this going to be
This
like
is
a
a one
special
and done?
occasion? It'll be if somebody happens to have it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and have some more of that. But I'm not going to go out of my way for it. It's nothing to write home about or to concern myself. That I need to find this.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay with it, but it's nothing groundbreaking.
Okay, 1.5.
Yeah.
All right, Ragnar.
1.25. Same fucking reasons he just said.
Yeah.
So ditto.
There you go.
I'll give it a 1.5. It's not bad. It's different because I wasn't expecting something sweet. That was something that was a little shocking right there. And
I love that the label just says whiskey A.
Yeah. Well, no, this has more information on it right here. It also has the notes on the back. But 1.5. It's I'd have it again, but it's not something I'd go out of my way to get. It's not something I would go out of my way to buy. And I believe he told me
$35, $40 price point. I feel
it's a $45 price point. That's what actually I'm glad you brought that up.
Very
Ernie
good.
did tell me that. It was
very good.
$45 price point.
yeah, that's expected.
1.5. Chase, what do you give it?
I give it 1.5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's not like whoo hoo hoo like fucking Suntory Yamazaki. That is.
You wouldn't go out for it. This is something.
No,
yeah.
I'd buy
if somebody
it
offered it to you, you drink it.
Most definitely.
Exactly.
My favorite drink is a free one. My second favorite is a cold one.
Yeah.
Certainly. I'll take it.
All righty. Well, that is our beginning our first segment. Actually, I forgot one thing. I'm going to say the other movies that came out around the same time. So we got some interesting movies here. We got House of Wax.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
We got Crash. Not the David Cronenberg one.
Wait, House of Wax. That's where we get
this is the New Year's Eve one. The one where that won Best Picture at the Oscars.
It's got
One-
Paris Hilton in it.
Paris Hilton gets railed.
Yeah, she gets
Like,
a fucking.
and that's a different
she
video,
gets a
huh?
hose in her fucking
Not that
face.
one.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't remember that one?
This is the remake of the original.
It's the whole racism thing. It's
Yeah.
It was a movie all about racism and stuff like that. Yeah. Triple X State of the Union, the one with Ice Cube, the sequel. Hitchhiker's Guide to
huh?
the Galaxy, which I know you're a
what
fan
a piece
of.
of shit.
Yes.
The movie is a piece of shit. The movie is a piece of shit. But that
The
movie
movie is a piece of shit.
But that movie
Great book, terrible
was
movie.
closer to the book than I've seen a lot of other remakes of that book.
You also have to appreciate it for what it did.
It was closer to
It got
the book.
commercial branding, so people read the book
Yes.
and got a real experience.
Wasn't Alan Rickman in it?
Yes.
Yeah, he played the big ass.
Robot.
Marvin.
Or no.
Marvin.
It was the slick back tentacle head.
That's
No,
Galaxy
he was
Quest.
the robot.
That's right.
he
that
was
is
the voice.
Galaxy
Yeah, he was the
Quest.
voice of Marvin.
That's but he.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Marvin. Okay, I was right the first time.
Yeah, different movie. We also have the Amityville Horror remake with Ryan
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Yes.
Omniville.
Amityville Horror.
What?
He's so weird. He's just so weird.
Did I say it right?
I don't even know if.
It's Amityville.
Amityville.
Hold on, but
I
know.
I've
It's
heard
always
people
been-
say Amityville.
I've always heard it as
They do not.
Amityville.
Nobody
It's-
says Amityville.
No,
Amityville,
nobody
New
says
York.
that.
Jesus Christ! All right,
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
lived in the town right
Look.
next door.
Okay, yeah.
all right. Well, there you
So
go.
he said it wrong. You're saying, Chris, he said it wrong.
Oh God,
Yeah, it's Amityville.
So he said it
It's always
wrong
been
multiple
Amityville.
times, right?
Amityville.
Oh,
I fixed it.
He did say Amityville, yeah.
So he said it 3 times.
Oh fuck!
I definitely heard two. It
No,
could have been
it
3.
definitely
I
was more
honestly
than 2.
don't
It was
know.
All
definitely
right,
only
fine.
3.
I'll spin the wheel. I don't
All
give a
right.
fuck. Jesus
All right,
Christ!
Hey, just for the record, I wasn't going to do that to you, but
He already called it. We didn't even
It's
call a
been
vote too.
called.
I just went ahead and went for it.
and he's
so.
right.
Grab something yummy.
All right.
That's
so,
2 shots of
Ain't
Jameson.
you
All right.
lucky?
All right, I'll take a double shot.
Good.
Also, the other movies that came out is Fever Pitch.
Okay.
I think it's
Wait.
a Farley Brothers movie.
Isn't that
That's got,
the
Drew-
Boston?
It's got Drew
Drew
Barrymore
Barrymore
and
and,
Fallon, Jimmy Fallon,
Yeah.
Fallon
Jimmy
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jimmy Fallon.
Fallon. Yeah.
With the red
No,
top.
What is
not
with
Jamie,
your
not-
vowels today?
I don't know. Its words are hard. You should know me by now.
That's
you
specifically your vowels today, though. It's just
Hold on.
It's
so
not
you
like
put
you're-
on glasses and your pronunciation gets worse.
No, my pronunciation's always been bad.
But
I can
not
read
this
that.
level.
Yeah.
It's gotten worse.
I don't know why. Okay,
right,
well,
are-
here's the last movie.
hold
Sahara.
on. Look at me. I want to see
Okay.
if part of your face
That's
is
a fun
drooping.
movie.
I've never seen it.
No?
With Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey. It's
it
a
good?
fun movie.
Is it good?
It's a fun movie.
I've never
It
seen it.
ain't good.
I don't know
It's
how many
fun.
times you gotta say it. It's a fun movie.
Oh, it's one of those bad movies that are so good.
Like Jumper, you know?
It's fun.
I've never seen Jumper.
It's
either.
not a bad movie.
Jumper's fun.
Jumper's fun. It's a lot of fun.
That's got Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen, right?
There we go. I'm
I
surprised
fixed
you pulled
it
it off.
because I remember you got on me about it in Star Wars. What the fuck you? Why are you laughing?
Stu's just over here bashing his face into the fucking mic.
All right, so that's going to be the end of our first segment. So we're going to go ahead and take our break. Thanks, guys. We'll be
You're
right back.
Thanks for the
fucking
chocolate
lucky
buttholes.
that it's over for now.
Of course.
I love your
John's
butthole,
gonna go
Chris.
have a takeover.
Thanks for the asshole, Chris.
Welcome to Sorta Kinda Funny. We're a comedy podcast,
brother and sister duo,
where we take your guys' embarrassing moments and stories and turn them into humor, because life's about laughing at yourself, and we are sure gonna laugh at ourselves. I am James. I am your main Mac Daddy host, and I'm also joined by a loser. Go ahead and introduce yourself, loser. Go ahead. Don't be shy.
This is Lauren.
Give it to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What did you say?
Also, we sing a lot, so if you haven't listened to this first episode, I'm sorry.
We have new episodes available every Thursday and would love nothing more than to hang out with you. Does that sound too desperate?
Yes.
Okay. Check us out wherever you listen to your podcasts, and we'll see you on Thursday. And as always,
text me if you want to hang out.
Bye.
Fucking back.
All right.
I like how the butthole
I will just say,
was nice.
During this part of the break, but while the camera was still on, we had a spicy boner from Chase.
Oh, yes, you did.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I thought I did something.
Crystal.
Yep.
You did.
No, we've said that while that's recording.
You're right.
That
Did
doesn't
we?
count.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay then.
Yeah.
All right. I
Good
thought it
try.
counted. I thought it counted.
appreciate that.
Whoa. I got
What?
fucked on Life of Brian because I said something, and you guys said I had to take a fucking
No,
shot.
you got fucked on Life of Brian.
No.
Because of
You
the
said I said a
87 fuck ups.
No,
The
you-
87
no,
fuck ups.
it was a spicy boner, and you said I had to take a fucking shot.
No,
it was because
it was
of the 87
for, it
fuck-ups.
was because you kept
No.
fucking up
No.
the
Because
lines.
we were recording.
No, we were recording on Patreon, and
We
it
were
was not
recording off of this.
No, we even said it's even on there. I will go back to it, but okay. Fine. You get away
Well,
with
no,
it.
we weren't recording
Okay.
on here when we were doing Life of Brian. Could that be what you're saying?
I'm gonna have to go back and check because
Could that
If
be what
you
you're
can
saying?
go back and check, I will do it.
all right.
All right.
Well, that's gonna have to be next show anyways,
That's
which
fine.
is I believe Django Unchained. So
Django.
our first fan request of the year.
DJ Ango.
All right,
Still
I'm gonna
never
go
seen
ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and take my double shot of
Is he
Jameson.
Is he as motivational as Khaled?
Yes.
Gold. All right.
We the best.
Golden shower.
Whoa.
Where's R. Kelly?
No,
I'd
thanks.
have to be a little younger for that.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna eat another asshole, but they're fucking good. I know that was random.
Random.
R/edible buttholes.
I want that as a soundbite.
I'm just gonna eat another asshole.
Yeah, I just want that as a soundbite.
Yes, we were. It
Want me to isolate
it
that?
shall be so.
All right.
Make it so. Number one.
All right. So
Why
as
you
we
doing
get
number two?
as we get back to the movie, so all of you guys have seen Sin City when it first came out.
No.
Chase.
I
You
don't know
said
if
you
it was
saw-
when it came out. I think it was months later.
And you said you were a big fan of this when you saw it.
I liked it. It
Back
was
when
a
you
lot
were
of fun.
immature, apparently. That's what you
Yes.
said.
Yeah.
Okay. Chris, when did you first see this?
I saw it in the theater.
Oh, you saw it in the
And,
theater?
Yeah, I saw it in the theater, and I liked it enough that I ended up buying it later on. And then coming up to this episode, I sold it maybe 3 months ago, and then I had to rent it.
That's kind of funny. And the thing about this movie is that I was a big fan of wanting to see this because I was a big fan of Robert Rodriguez, because Robert Rodriguez, is a big friends with Quentin Tarantino, and he did Dusk Till Dawn, which is to me a strong horror flick. It's a strong, just like it's completely like thriller in the beginning and then complete horror in the second part. But
It's a funny movie.
Yeah, I know it's got a lot of comedy in it too. And then you also got Desperado with Antonio Banderas. And then you got The Faculty, which was
Banderas.
Yeah, you can say it better than I can. But the Faculty was really good. But also the fact that he did Shark Boy and Lava Girl, or
Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Yeah,
Lava Gar?
that's also
Lava
from
Gar,
that's also from Robert Rodriguez.
That tracks.
But he has a good lineup. And you didn't like Anita Battle Angel, right?
It wasn't good.
You thought that it was not that good.
It was entertaining.
I didn't feel like it.
I thought it was an interesting concept. I know it was something that James Cameron was trying to make at one point, but then he made it. But Sin City is something that really pulled me because of the look of it. And also was a very like guys type of movie. It's just it's just with that dark noir type of film, that comic book, but it's over the top. And then when you first see,
so over the top.
but that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the thing.
It's a love story.
Well, yeah, especially with Marv and Goldie, basically, and
With all of them.
hard to get. Yeah,
All of them, it's a fucking love story.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah,
It's a
you're right. With-
fedora wearing edgelord weeb's wet dream.
Wait, what?
Goddamn. Okay.
Stu's like, what the fuck?
Stu, tell me I'm wrong.
I could entertain
Yeah, you
the
could.
argument for that. I don't know. I would personally go that far. But I could understand
You never
the
know
argument.
who you're going to meet on a dark and stormy night.
That was more towards
But it's comic book world.
them specifically doing the
I'm not mad
overacting
about it being
for the-
comic book
for
world.
the
I'm
detective
mad
noir.
about it being written by some fuckhead nice guy with like who's got 17 fucking $28 katanas on his goddamn wall.
Frank Miller.
If that's who the fuck it was,
I thought he did a great job with the writing. I thought the writing was
seems
really.
like it seems like a middle schooler wrote this, and then a high schooler found out what BDSM was, and then created a new storyline that had such an emphasis on this power exchange and I've got such a monster inside me. Never let the monster out. No, it's too dark. You'd never understand. Fuck off.
All right, interesting. Well, the first three stories in this movie. All right, hold on, Stu, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
right, aren't I?
understand what you're saying, but I don't actually think that was the point they're going for. They were doing the cheesy lines, the over dramatization and overacting based on the detective noir type old
And I
film.
understand the noir
That's
film.
what they were going for. You watch any of those old detective or private dick movies and stuff like that. That's how they acted. That's how they talked. That's how they.
I see this almost
Not good, but
I know.
But
Yeah.
they're also reading it as it's a comic book.
Right, because they used the comic books
So,
as the script.
yeah.
The honor they gave to the original literature. That I'm
But you're
fine
just not a
with.
fan of the stories. You're not a fan of the
The
writing.
storyline really sounds like the fat dude in school that always walks up, "Oh, you're so pretty. You know, nobody should ever do you wrong. Why don't I ever get laid, man?" It's because you don't bring anything to the fucking table except for compliments.
But the whole purpose.
And then you're
of this,
having wet dreams about saving some bitch who's perfectly capable of doing it herself.
you gotten cynical in your old age.
Spicy boner!
Fuck me. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Nice spicy boner.
Yeah,
Nice
what's
spicy
my
boner.
fucking name,
Nice
bitch?
spicy boner. It's the second fucking happening. Motherfucker. I'm not even gonna try to deny it. God damn it.
Oh fuck! It's been very rare that you have a spicy bone.
I know.
All right, so basically what I get at, and yes, I want to let this out early in the show because
Good, get
I
it out.
want to have the chance
Oh, that's your
to see it from a
go-to.
new perspective later and change my
Got it right
my
in front,
view.
right
I
there.
don't know.
So I'm going to get this out.
I didn't
Are
know it was
you
there.
are you guys familiar with the quote unquote nice guy archetype? Do you know the difference between being a kind person and the nice guy?
You be kind because you're a kind person. Being a nice guy because you think it's going to get you stuff.
Right. So the nice guy is generally the nerd or geek that he doesn't work on himself.
Yeah.
You don't work on yourself because you're too worried about trying to placate whoever you are pursuing to make them, you're fawning over them to make them think that, well, I could never be loved as much as by anybody else than you. And that's bullshit. You're not working on yourself. You're bringing nothing to the table. There is nothing that you are adding to the life of whoever it is you are.
All right, but you do
interested
know
in as the nice guy.
But you do know this is entertainment. This is entertainment. This is not reality.
Correct.
So
That's Hollywood.
Exactly. So
Right.
I think you're taking it a little bit more personal.
No, I'm not taking it personally. I'm judging the original writer in their particular time frame when they wrote it, because as much as I do appreciate the ode or the homage to the old detective noir film,
Uh-huh.
you're right, it is totally overacted. I can appreciate
It's the
that.
whole point.
I really can. but it's not the overacting that gets me. It is properly the storyline and how fucking retarded it is.
Which one? All three of them?
Pretty much.
Okay, well, we got 3 stories here. We got the
with
hard goodbye.
With the exception of Hardigan.
Oh, okay, that's that yellow bastard.
Right.
And then we also have the big fat kill.
Right. So with the exception of Hardigan, all of the other storylines are pretty much to the same tune. The reason I say that is...
Well, they go on a central character.
You have the ugly motherfucker that sits there and fawns over the pretty girl and beats up anybody who wrongs her because, it's the right thing to do and she should be cherished and don't be a douchebag, but he never gets anything.
So you're saying this
is a literary complaint about why doesn't anybody love me? Because I would totally stand up, even though you can't fucking stand up to shit.
Okay. Clive Owen.
Dwight.
I'm talking about Merv.
Okay.
In that one specifically.
Merv just being...
Merv's awesome.
Yeah.
But...
He's a dumb brute that just is in love with somebody. And
he's not even in love with somebody. He's in love with the kindness of that person.
But it's the actions he takes to try and prove something to her.
I don't think he's trying to prove
He's not trying to prove anything to a dead girl.
He believes in justice.
He's avenging her death.
Well, that's all it is.
And also,
a justice seeker.
He's also a very protector of women when you think about it. Because
Merv wasn't avenging death. Hardigan was. Merv
was also an avenging.
He was avenging Goldie.
Marv was avenging Goldie's death.
That's right, Goldie.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Hardigan is.
I was thinking about
Bruce Willis.
I was thinking about
Hardigan. Jessica Alba's character. I forgot what her name.
Nancy.
Nancy. Yes, thank you.
Nancy.
And Clive Owen's character, he got ass. He just didn't like fucking women being fucking beat on.
Yeah. No.
So he was handling shit, and then he was respecting the fact that the girls could also handle their shit. It's just they got into a fucked up position.
Yeah.
All right. And so he was trying to minimize the damage.
I just
That's
saw.
all it is.
Yeah. So I could exclude the Clive Owen storyline too.
Dwight.
Yeah, Dwight.
Yes. It's Dwight,
name.
Marv, and Hardigan.
And Marv talked about getting ass. He got ass regularly, but not from.
No. He could never even buy it. He said.
Yeah, exactly.
He did say it, but he also implied that he had numerous actual experience. I think he said it as more of a self-deprecating situation.
Yeah.
But he was also implying that he had regular experience and stuff like that, but never had somebody like Goldie's high-class ass level of a whore.
No, she as he
willing
says,
to
like angels out of what was his?
She smelled like angels.
Smells like angels out of smell and everything else. So
I don't know. That just also was that creep. It's like, hey, where's my hug, girl? It's like,
all right, Chase. I think I could sway you.
Okay.
Because if you look at it as like a I don't want to say modern because clearly this is like 1930s, 1940s styling,
right?
Yes,
but the tone comes straight out of the chivalry that you would see in like a Renaissance era story. That's what's driving the motivations. Is not anything more modern than that. It's this idea of the honor and upholding the honor of the women or the other people, generally the women in this. If you look at it as an adaptation of a Renaissance era story, like Three Musketeers, which I don't like, but anyway.
You don't like the Three Musketeers?
Fuck no, not the book, not the movies, any of it. It's never. No, I can't. But what's the other Dumas one? Fuck, what's that? With the guy in prison, Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, that's a fucking great story.
I love the Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah,
so I like the sandwiches too.
But if you look at it as an adaptation of that era of writing, and just transpose it into like a 1930s, 1940s styling, then
with
their
a
motivations
2000s
make a lot more sense.
Violence thrown in.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. It's like an old school. Okay. You're talking about like an old school story in a modern time.
I don't.
Exactly.
So I do appreciate it, and thank
old
you
school
for
old school storytelling, basically.
Yeah. And so thank you for that's a great great example. I think.
Did he turn you?
We'll get there. Okay. I still have a personal.
He has already given him butthole.
Give him another asshole.
That was a delicious butthole there, Chris.
Hey, you got one more left. There you go.
No, so what I do appreciate the chivalry routine because it should be a thing. Where I think we saw flaws is you should have yin and yang on masculine to feminine. It's built into all storytelling, and it's built into this storytelling just a little too harshly. And what I mean by that is you see this hyper masculine beat everybody's ass, archetype of male in various stories within this. What do you call it? Where you have
Movie?
You talking about
Tapestry?
vignettes, yeah.
Well, Marv is definitely like a double chromosome, like very bulky character.
Right.
I mean, he's dumb, but he's very caring, and that's the thing about him.
and I can appreciate this, but you have these hyper masculine characters that are going after protection and saving these, overly feminized, overly sexualized women that I don't have a problem with.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're going in to save these damsels in distress that are not damsels. These are very capable women that are fucking shit up on their own.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird juxtaposition between the two genders inside of this yin and yang storytelling of power exchange and chivalry. It's almost, some of the storylines are almost unnecessary to part of their own storytelling. If you catch what I mean. Okay. The problem here is that I'm a fucking lightweight, and I had a really good point before, but now I have like 3 or 4 shots in me, and it's getting difficult.
Oh, come on. You barely had anything. You were fine.
I barely had... Motherfucker, you almost killed me last show.
That wasn't me. That was Goot.
All of you, okay? I tell you what, I will hop off my soapbox. I would like to listen to everybody else, and that's why I said I wanted to get this out of the way in the beginning, because... maybe there is more to it, and I was just too focused on the shit show that I was peering into.
I think
it's meant to be that way, that over the top, that
exactly.
And then they also were showing the juxtaposition of, you got these prototypical, knights in shining armor routine, but also these girls are badass.
Yeah.
But
they didn't.
So
there was
especially in the Big Fat Kill with Dwight.
They're showing that there's still room in the world for a guy to...
Who the fuck would cast Elijah Wood as a bad guy? What the shit was that?
I thought he was badass.
He did great for that fucking role.
He was quiet. He was very... It wasn't...
After he got fucking taken apart and that creepy
stare.
ass fucking look that he had.
Still had it on.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, this character was a vampire. What did a vampire have to do with anything else in the story?
No, he was just sadistic. That's basically what he was. He was just a sadistic killer that killed these women with, I think, one of the Rourkes.
The
and
son.
everything. Yeah, the son and everything else. But I'm actually going to play a first clip from the first story, which is The Hard Goodbye, because it actually
Had a couple of
explains
those.
Marv a little bit, especially with
And it was the long,
Dwight
hard
sitting
goodbye,
inside
sir.
No, it's called
the long, hard goodbye.
The Hard Goodbye.
You need a little blue pill for that? The long, hard goodbye.
About the hard goodbye.
I know what you're
It's the
saying.
hard goodbye.
I immediately get up.
The Hard Goodbye. That's the novel, The Hard Goodbye.
Oh, the title of it. Okay, I thought we were talking about the line that was said in... Okay, my bad. We had a miscommunication there. I thought you were talking about the quote in it.
I vote for a fucking spin of the wheel.
That's
because
fine.
that was fucking... Because
He accepts.
Oh, let me get the butthole out of the way.
Good job on the jelly beans.
Well, you got to love... Oh, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, the buttholes are good.
Yeah, thank you for the assholes.
Thank you, Chris and Nell. Appreciate it. The buttholes...
Absolutely. I'll tell her. Well, I already texted her. on the
She's
radio.
going to listen to this episode, and she's probably going to fucking laugh when we find out that Chase has got a little... a hard-on for chocolate assholes.
Butthole. He got really excited when he figured out it may have been Elle's butthole.
Oh, really?
Okay, so to be fair... To be fair, there is this company and there's another company where you can actually mold your own. And I was like, hold on a minute, is this what the fuck?
So what is it?
Oh no!
Yes, it is.
Oh no!
Let me get my voice acting chops in here. What's my punishment, Daddy?
All right.
Okay.
What'd you think it was?
I thought it might have been Everclear.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Well, he hasn't had a shot of Everclear, so he technically could have one. Give me the Malort and Blackberry, please. Oh, you know what? Give me the Malort right now. I'm gonna have to go make a shot.
Right there.
I have to go get the Blackberry and everything else. So, guys, keep talking.
Now, Chris, do you let your shows run away this fucking wild?
No.
Well, my editor is very, very sexy, and she takes out all of our bullshit. So when we go off the rails, people don't know about it.
So what you're saying is that we need to replace
How much lost
our
content?
shitty producer Ron with a sexy editor, is what you're saying.
How much do those cost?
I think that would.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I don't think we can afford one. In all honesty.
I'll let you know when I buy the ring.
Hey, yo!
That's going to cost you a
That
lifetime.
was well played, sir.
All right, so your shot is half Malort and half blackberry raspberry black raspberry liqueur.
I think I just had a fucking stroke listening to you. What?
Yeah, I know. Black raspberry liqueur and Malort.
Okay.
Take a shot. Hey, you might like it. You never know.
I'm going to say that's a no.
And block.
Oh, fuck.
He's got to take a lap.
I didn't put Everclear in there. That's Malort and blackberry. That's actually two very low alcohol content.
This isn't from the horsepower to fucking drink, okay? This is all flavor or lack thereof.
So what's it taste like?
Fuck.
Does it taste like butthole?
Or homeless man?
I have tasted many of those, and this is nothing like it, good sir.
I mean, it's just like me drinking watermelon.
You've tasted a
Malort.
lot of homeless man's piss?
What?
The fuck?
Buttholes.
Wow.
Clean ones, specifically.
Well, because I said it tastes like homeless man piss,
I
and
was
you said I've
responding
tasted
to
a bunch
Stu
of those.
over here. Oh, fuck, that's so bad.
All right, so while he's enjoying that
I'm recovering, sir.
enjoying that drink, we're gonna go ahead and play this clip from the Hard Goodbye.
Somebody wanted you dead and you know it. So you hit the saloons, the bad places, looking for the biggest, meanest lug around, finding me. Well, I'm gonna find that son of a bitch that killed you, and I'm gonna give him the hard goodbye. Walk down the right back alley in Sin City, and you can find anything.
Ain't that some bullshit? It's a hard goodbye, motherfucker.
So's your face.
Take off!
He's new here, Marv. He didn't know.
Katie's my kind of joint. Nancy's just getting started with a gig, but already the crowd's breathing hard.
Hi, Nancy.
Plenty of nights I've drooled over Nancy, shoulder to shoulder with all the other losers like me. But that's not what I'm looking for tonight.
I love this part right here.
Most people think Marv is crazy. He just had the rotten luck of being born in the wrong century. He'd be right at home on some ancient battlefield swinging an axe into somebody's face. Or in a Roman arena taking a sword to other gladiators like him. They'd have tossed him girls like Nancy back then.
Show's over, dickwad. Drink up.
Now that's one fine-looking coat you're wearing there.
Sorry, so let me just interject and you can continue with your point. Please remember your point. What Clive Owen said there is exactly what every over-anime consuming weeb wishes with all of their little fucking rotted heart that some other dude would say about them. That's what it is. Okay? Now, to be fair, also, don't take this the wrong way. Anime lovers, I like anime as well. I'm not saying just that. I'm saying the dude that smells fucking bad because that's all he does. Okay?
Okay.
Those are the type of people he's talking about.
Yeah, that's it's very specific. It's just it's so fucking cringy, man.
You got a lot of angst about this situation.
I'm slightly shocked, especially from you being the younger one, not liking this and having an issue with it.
You're like really latching
So
on to
I
one
grew
particular.
up when I was in high school. I was in a lot of the alternative goth and metalhead groups.
The freaks.
Yeah. And we had some of those clingers that were overly obsessed and were always, again, placating the ladies, assuming that something was going to happen with them. And then later on, would get so fucking angry and bent out of shape that nobody touches me, nobody's interested, and I got fucking sick of it. So yes, there's a little bit of personal.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. You're taking this personal,
but that doesn't happen here, though.
Yeah,
here.
Well, in this movie,
in the movie,
yeah,
here in the movie,
right? It's just a weird representation of it. That just
so to you, it's bringing up your.
It's bringing up my experience with guys that wanted to be the nice guys so that they would earn something.
Okay.
And they never got it, and they were pissed off that they never got it because they didn't bring anything to the fucking table.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but
each
if you
one
were
of these
going,
guys bring something to the table.
What does Merv bring?
Protection. He protects even.
Do they
Nancy.
need protection?
Even Nancy.
Are
he
they
protects.
helpless little women?
Nancy
was.
Yeah.
He
To be fair,
100%
Nancy
protects.
was. Okay.
And even says the reason Nancy lets him hang around is because he beat the fuck out of a frat guy who was giving her some shit.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Goldie went out of her way looking for somebody like him.
Right.
All right. In order to bring something to the table.
See, the thing is,
And if they didn't have that weird fucking no-smelling ninja motherfucker, Elijah Wood,
It just seems like
Mark
this
would
was-
have been able to handle it.
It just seems like
All right.
Yeah, you're right.
no, you're completely right. But
You are right. You're absolutely right. And I don't have a problem with the character themselves. It's just that the storyline and composition of the storytelling
brings up personal memories.
seems like it was brought by really specifically the imagination of that kind of person. You know what I mean? Like this is what would have happened.
Would
And
you
this
say John McClane was a weeb?
no,
John McClane is going out of his way.
he's not there to get at. He's not there to get at
His ex-wife. He
He's
is
not
out of
there
his
for
way.
her.
He is 100% there for her.
Yeah.
He's 100% there for her.
He was there and kicking
Yeah.
ass for everybody in the building, not her.
It was for her. It was for her.
he was trying to
Uh,
get. He was trying to actually get back
It
to her.
was
He was
for her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like it's a Christmas movie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
See? Fucking Chris knows it's
right.
a goddamn Christmas movie.
Every
I think
Christmas.
I think what you're doing is that
You're focusing on one tiny portion, and then you're extrapolating an entire story
Maybe
that
that's
isn't
it.
there.
but the
Again,
thing is,
again, that's why I said maybe I
you have
wanted
to
to
go.
get this out
You
earlier.
have to go with this at a critical view, not by a personal view. You have to go this by a critical.
No, he can
view.
go by.
I'm
no,
saying
no,
this
no,
from
no.
a
He can go
psychological
by
I understand
personal
but
on
taking
it
a
if he wants.
Well, I understand taking it personal, but
what I think you're focusing on and actually taking it and spreading it out across
And
the
I
entire
think the
film
over
is
melodramatic.
the women in Old Town.
Yeah, there we go.
yeah.
Okay,
I
I think you're taking the hookers from Old Town and spreading them across the entire movie, acting like they don't need anybody's help, when in reality you've got fucking Dwight Hardigan and fucking Marv, who are the ones out there protecting
Goldie, who needed
who
I can get
needed
revenge
it.
for Goldie.
Nancy
Protecting
and
Nancy.
fucking
Rosario Dawson. I forgot her.
No.
What's her name?
He starts out.
with
Rosario.
He starts
There
out
we
with
go.
the blonde bitch. The
with
blonde.
You weren't going to let him
Clive
take
Owens.
that?
Oh, hold on.
Woman.
Oh, the Brittany Murphy character.
Yeah.
Brittany Murphy.
Was it?
Yeah.
That was the
That's right. Yes, it
actress.
was. Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was the actress.
Yeah. So all three of those characters needed help. They needed protection. They needed somebody to fucking save them.
And they all found that in their what you keep referring to as weebs.
Respective male.
But none of them were weebs. They were all actually, they're offering.
To be fair, I'm referring the weebs, but I'm specifically identifying the nice guy. The fedora wearing fuckhead.
Okay. But none of these were.
No, that's fucking Benicio del Toro's character. All right.
None of these were the nice guy. None of them were. They were all pieces of shit. Yeah. Every last one of them was pieces of shit. And they knew they were pieces of shit.
Okay.
Okay, so
you got to remember,
but they were still upholding.
That's why they were
general
in that
idea
bar.
of chivalry.
But that's the other thing is that this movie is also called Sin City. All these guys are bad people. All these people are sinning.
That's right. It's so bad. Never let the monster back out. I'm so dark. That's why everything's in black and white. It's so dark.
It's noir. It's artistic. I mean, that's the way it was supposed to be.
Yes,
I mean,
it is autistic.
Artistic. Autistic. Jesus. Did I say autistic?
No,
I don't know.
I think you might have said artistic.
I thought I
You
said
did
artistic.
say artistic, but he did
Guys,
a
I
great
got my words
springboard to autistic. A great springboard there.
Chase,
No, but
you're taking too much personal experience and putting it into this places that it doesn't belong. I'm in Queens, okay? I have literally walked.
Oh, so in Queens, there's no difference between artistic and autistic. It's just autistic or you're autistic.
I can tell you that around here, the hipsters have pretty much vanished because they've gone into the burbs, they've gone elsewhere, and the hipsters have realized that people are onto them. And so the fedora wearing shit, that's gone. It's like you'd have to really squint to see it. And I just don't see, beyond the aesthetic, I don't see that occurring in this movie.
It's fair. Okay.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Mel.
And together we host the podcast Spoil My Movie.
We were watching movies anyway.
And we were having in-depth conversations about those movies too.
So we decided to share our thoughts with the world.
You can expect me to gripe about inaccurate details like supposedly cold weather, but you can't see anyone's breath.
And you can expect me to be totally adorable, but also psychologically deep.
And by the end of each episode, we'll provide our respective ratings.
Using a rating scale custom tailored to the movie in question.
Check us out wherever you get your podcasts.
We're everywhere. We're actually behind you right now.
All right, so we are back with the show, and we're going to just talk briefly about The Hard Goodbye. What did you all think of The Hard Goodbye story? What did you think of Mickey Rourke altogether in this fucking role?
My man packed on some pounds between the movies.
I thought he was the one No. In my opinion, he stole the show in
You
this whole
don't
fucking
think
movie.
Mickey Rourke looked too different between the movies, huh?
Between the first and second one? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he
my
did.
boy packed on some pounds.
Yeah, well, that was like fucking. I mean, I think this was released in 2005,
and they're like, "Yeah, it's just a flashback."
And that was actually also filmed in 3D, I believe, because I had like the
Was
3D,
it?
Yeah, I had the 3D version of it. But when it came out, it was a flop, and I actually have the bits on and everything else. But Mickey Rourke to me stole the fucking movie. I thought his story was the most interesting out of all three of them.
Well, he was. I think his character Marv was the most involved throughout the entire movie itself, not just his story.
Even the sequel.
Well, then the sequel, he was very involved. With it. But in the first one alone, I think his character, his storyline carried through the entire film.
Yeah.
You know, like Clive Owen's character, he just had his little bit, you know, starting at the bar. And then Bruce Willis's character started at the beginning of the movie. And then there was nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like, so if like this is your first time seeing it, you know, you see Josh Hartnett on the roof with the one chick.
Yeah, and the thing about that scene is that scene was actually that was not meant to be in the movie. That was actually a test to see what the movie would like, where basically Robert Rodriguez made that scene to show the studio execs and everything else to show what the black and white would look and how it would look. So they actually ended up using that. Yeah, and they ended up using that as like a little small mini story in the beginning.
That was,
and then they created
it served no fucking purpose.
No, it didn't. There was no story to it at all. It
wrapped the whole story. It wrapped it up. I mean,
I think it wrapped it up because like the way that it was, the way it was worded, you know, from the very beginning, it opened. All right, so I take that back. I think it served a good purpose of opening the movie.
Yeah.
And just like you said, of closing the movie off.
Yeah.
Did this have any link to the red tie?
No.
Okay.
No. This, like I said, this was based
You know
on
what
graphic
movie I'm
novels.
talking about? Yeah.
What did you all think of Jessica Alba, especially in the stripper scene.
I think this is the height of her.
She doesn't even act anymore. She's done.
Yeah, she does directing too.
No, she doesn't.
Or
do
no, that's
directing.
Beale. That's
no,
right.
she
Beale
actually
does,
she
Jessica
makes
Biel does
a
directing.
she makes like a fucking what you call makeup line that's like gluten free and good for people that don't have issues and stuff like that, and also for kids and stuff like that. So, but I thought that she
Gluten-free
was
makeup?
great as Yeah,
I didn't know that was a.
Oh yeah, Sammy uses it all the time.
I mean, I didn't know that like there was an issue with gluten in makeup.
Oh yeah, people get like allergic reactions and stuff like that. But altogether, what did you think of her as a stripper?
I think I would go to that club.
Okay, you guys are gonna laugh.
Much better
I'm
in
not
the
big
first
on-
than in the second.
This is funny, but
The second one,
You see,
she was
I-
awful.
Okay,
I'm not big
It
on
was
strip
bad.
clubs because, like, in high school, we used to call you girls the fucking cock tease because that's all you would do and not put out. I don't know why I would go to a place to pay for that. It would,
Companionship.
The funny thing about Jessica Alba,
I guess,
is that Jessica Alba went to strip clubs as a part of her research for her character. However, she said that it didn't help because all the professional strippers were doing is trying to get her tips.
yeah.
That's all they were doing. Yeah, exactly.
They're
So
like,
it didn't help at
"Alba?"
all. But I thought that her dancing and her stripping scenes were actually she did a good job. I mean,
yeah.
I thought Nancy
She was all right.
she was a decent character. But did you
She
feel
was
for
a
the whole
better
story between her?
stripper than an actress.
What was that?
She was a better
nice.
stripper than an actress.
I think she's acted pretty good. I mean, she was good in Idle Hands.
She was
I think she was all right in Stealth.
She was in Stealth?
That was Jessica.
Oh, no,
Biel.
you're right. That's Beale. It's the other Jessica. I keep getting them fucking. It was Good
I'll
Luck
ta- I'll
Chuck
take-
she was
I'll
in.
take her
wasn't it?
over Alba.
She wasn't in Good Luck Chuck.
Is that Beale too?
No, that was that fucking other actor, the singer, the one that's with Britney Spears and
Jessica Simpson?
yes, that's who it was. It was Jessica Simpson.
Was it?
Was it? Well, I
Good
can't
Luck
remember.
Chuck?
I can't remember.
I thought it was Jessica.
Was it
Alba.
Good Luck Chuck you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Dan Cook and fucking Jessica Simpson.
Dane Cook. No. Okay.
No, that's not Good Luck Chuck.
What was it?
That's Employee of the Month or something, I
That
think.
Employee of the Month? It was Good Luck Chuck. Good Luck Chuck also had, I think that also had Dan Cook, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that was Zachary Levi. No, that's Chuck. Never mind.
No, you're right. It's got Good Luck Chuck has Dan Cook, Jessica Alba.
It does have Jessica Alba. Okay, you were right. You were right.
Yay, I got
thought
something right.
that Jessica Simpson is the Employee of the Month.
Yeah.
That's employee. Okay, then I'm getting them two mixed up or something like that.
Shot. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
You can. I don't give a
I
fuck.
said I'm joking.
Hey,
Fuck off.
speaking of shot,
I'm going
You
to
have
take
to drink.
Yeah, I got to take this Gentleman Jack for the first time. So, am I just drinking from the bottle?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
you're drinking the bottle.
That's not bad.
Yeah, told you.
No, it's better than regular Jack.
It's better than
Yeah.
regular
Yeah.
Jack. That's the first time I've had that.
Was that a question?
No, I'm just trying to think of my. I'm thinking of my review. I probably give that like a. I give that like a thumb and 3/4.
Very nice.
It's not bad. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll thank Token. Taken, I guess, because this was a gift from Token. So, yeah, not bad. 1 3/4. It's not bad. Good. Much better than original Jack Daniels.
3 3/4.
You fucking Jamaican.
But we're gonna
From
go ahead.
Harry Potter.
But no, seriously, you guys all enjoy the Marv sequence, especially with him going against the
Merv.
Elijah Wood character and stuff like that. I
Merv.
thought that was really fun, and also killing one of the Rourkes by crushing his eyes, basically like squeezing, and you see all that blood squirting on him and stuff like that. But
To be fair, I did really enjoy. Oh man, it's been days since I've had this in my hands.
Yeah,
fucking ripping out a dude's fucking eyeball. Oh, days, huh? All right, bet, dude.
no, I love the whole part when he goes over to the fucking store to get all the stuff, and it just shows all the stuff that he's grabbing. Like,
yeah, who the
mitts.
fuck?
Yeah. I need rubber tubing. I need barbed wire. I need the gloves that handle the barbed wire so I don't put my hands up.
This is for your house, right?
For home defense, right?
Yeah.
Yep. You bet your ass. That's what he says.
Yeah, because booby trapping is also a felony.
Oh,
but all right.
Come on, this is a fucking comic book movie. You're taking everything fucking realistic.
It's only a
now.
felony if you get caught.
Exactly.
Touché.
Exactly.
That's my kind of line of thought. I like that, man.
So I'm gonna end.
So I'm gonna war crime the first time.
I actually
No,
have.
it's never a war crime the first time.
You're right. You're right.
Get
You're
that
absolutely
shit right. The
You're
Canadians
absolutely
got
right.
that shit on lock.
Yes, they.
I actually have one clip for each. One clip for each, but I picked 2 clips from Marv because I thought the ending of Marv before he dies, to me, is one of the best. Just the way that he says is, "Can we go ahead and get this over with?"
She smells like angels ought to smell. The perfect woman.
I do like the book ending.
The goddess.
We're same to same.
Goldie. She says her name is Goldie.
Right here.
They fixed me a pretty decent steak for my last meal. They even throw in a brew. It's the first I've had since back at Nancy's. Then they shave my head and fix me with a rubber diaper and get to it. And it's about damn time, if you ask me.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of
Would
death.
you get a move on? I haven't got all night.
Fucking love that.
You heard the man. Hit it.
Is that the best you can do, you pansies?
Yes. See, that's. See, I have the fucking graphic novel here because actually, when I saw this movie, I wanted to read the novel. And here at Patreon, if you can see that right here, but this right here, it's exactly the fucking movie. Like that whole story is the graphic novel. They went completely legit. That's why when when we do our movies, we do book comparisons and stuff like that. This is completely legit. The only thing that's changed in all 3 of the stories that I've seen, because I've actually seen the other ones online and stuff like that, is like a color of the skin of somebody or something like that, or a setting or like that. But other than that, everything is legit because they actually, on the fucking set, you see them with the graphic novel using that as a script. That's what they use as a script. And I thought that was really cool because it was a really good adaptation of the fucking graphic novel. And I think Robert Rodriguez did it justice by the way that he did it. But the ending and everything, when you look at the band, when he says, is that, the pansies remark and everything else, it was perfect. And I think that is, to me, my favorite story out of all 3 of the stories that are in this. When we do our ranking at the end, I think it's going to be fun to hear what you guys think is the best one. So we're going to go ahead and get into the Big Fat Kill, which I'm actually curious what you guys think of that one with Dwight, because I thought Clive Owen did the character pretty well. What did you all think of the Big Fat Kill?
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Was that your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you like about it? Tell me.
One, I really dug Clive Owen.
He's always great in action.
He really felt like he went.
Did it remind you of Shoot 'Em Up?
Yeah.
Because
played
Clive
the
Owen.
exact
He's just
same
missing the fucking
person.
carrots.
Exactly.
Exact same fucking person.
Yeah.
It just, he's good at what he does, and he understands the fucked up city that he's a part of.
Yeah.
Is he happy about it? No. But it is what it is. And fuck it. Let's go do what we have to fucking do. And there we go.
What do you think, Chris?
I thought Clive Owen was very good, but I thought the standout from that vignette was Benicio del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was absolutely
Jackie Boy.
Outstanding. Yeah, Jackie Boy. And Brittany Murphy, I thought she was very like hit or miss. Like she had moments where she was really good, and she had other moments that were just complete dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that inconsistency hurt the vignette in its entirety.
Mm-hmm.
But if anybody was carrying it, it was Benicio del Toro, even as a corpse. He was fantastic.
To me, in fact, we will play that clip probably in a few minutes after I ask Ragnar and Chase's opinion. But the thing is that scene between when he's talking to dead Jackie Boy in the car, which was actually a scene directed by Quentin Tarantino, because Quentin Tarantino actually had Robert Rodriguez do the score for Kill Bill for $1. For a dollar bill, yes. So there was like a certain piece of the score that he had him do for $1. So then Robert Rodriguez brought Quentin Tarantino to direct a scene. Quentin Tarantino.
But for $1?
$1.
$1. He gave him $1.
That's the smallest amount you can be
I'm dead
paid
serious.
for
This was on the interviews and everything else. But the thing is that Quentin Tarantino has never done digital form. He's always done. He's a big fan of 35mm film. That's his thing. So he got to experience it for the first time, but he got to sit there with the whole little car scene because all it is, it's just like a car with a green screen. This whole movie is completely green screen. I think there was only 2 sets that they used for the movie. I think it was Nancy's apartment and the bar. The rest was all green screen. And the thing is that you see Quentin in the making of and everything else going to these 2 actors, whispering in their ears, telling them what he wants them to do and everything else. And you can tell that scene is directed by him. Knowing if you know his movies, it's very Tarantino style. But that, to me, was the best scene of the Big Fat Kill. But Ragnar, what did you think of the whole Big Fat Kill storyline?
It was good. I think it had a nice, I think it had a decent flow throughout the entire little clip the entire sequence that it had going on. You know, like every little piece that was in those scenes really fit well. And like Chris said, Benicio del Toro, I think, stole like that entire sequence.
Yeah.
Even when he was alive, but even well after he's fucking dead.
Right.
With the fucking barrel. With the barrel just sticking out of his fucking forehead.
I thought that was
Slide.
I thought it was the best part, especially when.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
The thing about that scene is whenever his face would go head forward and back, his voice would just like change with it. Yeah. Like we're gonna listen to that scene.
I did like that.
So that part annoyed me when Miho fucking turned him into a fucking Pez dispenser.
Yeah,
because you can see like when he's in the car and his head's going back and forth and shit. You can see how shitty the makeup and prosthetics were around his fucking neck. You can clearly see how bad that was.
Which is funny is because a lot of the photography had to be with the blue screen. I think all the blood was like white colored to make it to red and stuff like that. Which by the way, that's something I have to admit to these movies is that the colors that they brought into this, like where you see like the blood still red, then you see the yellow bastard, which is yellow when we get to the third story with Hardigan and stuff like that. I thought they did a really good job with the special effects on the colors in this movie. I thought the colors were great in this movie.
No, they were.
I got to ask you about the color though, Ron, because the color I thought it was a really cool artistic choice, but I couldn't find the intentionality behind it. In every shot, there was something in color and only one thing in color. And I was looking for some kind of theme to tie everything together. Why was this in color? Because like not all the blood was red.
They're innocents.
A lot of times it was white or something. But it was inconsistent from scene to scene, from vignette to vignette, what was tying together the colors, and I could not find it.
I'd say it's more of an artistic view when you think about it, because like you said, the yellow bastard, you got to think
it was purely
yellow.
visual.
Yeah, it's more of a visual look. And
I would go with more like the character's innocence.
No, I could say that.
Minus so each character that was in color, right? They were in full color.
Yeah.
You know, either fucking black skin, white skin, hair color, their clothes, everything. The only one that wasn't was the yellow bastard.
Yes.
And
even in the graphic novel, he's in yellow.
Oh, is he?
Oh, yeah. The graphic novel, he's the only amount of color that's in there. Just like some of the red is inside of it. Like there's a scene in Goldie where the heart bed that they're on, that's actually in red.
Yeah.
There are the scenes that are in the movie that are in color. That's exactly like what's in the graphic novel.
Right on.
So Yellow Bastard, which I think is called That Yellow Bastard or something like that for the other book. The Yellow Bastard, before he turned it that way, because before he was human, when Hardigan shot him up, it was completely yellow. They actually had him yellow in the book, and everything else was black and white.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very artistic view. I think he was being very legit to the graphic novel. I actually do not own those two, but I actually want to own the other ones, which I actually have a list of the other books that he hasn't done yet, because after A Dame to Kill For, he wanted to make a trilogy, but The Dame to Kill For, which we'll get into when we were finished with these three stories, did not make enough money. It was a flop. It did not do well at all, because Robert Rodriguez wanted to make a trilogy to finish all the stories up. But down the road, we'll tell what the other books were, which I think are really fantastic names for the graphic novels. But no, it's a good point on what you think on how the innocence and everything with the color.
Because normally yellow is considered as a cowardly.
Yeah.
You know, somebody calls you, insults and calls you yellow. You know?
Yeah.
So if you think of the yellow bastard, right, he's a cowardly piece of shit.
Yep.
You know? with what he does.
Yep.
So, and everyone else is in pure color.
No, that's a good point. It's a good point. Chase, what did you think of the story?
No, I actually really enjoyed the big fat kill. I thought Becky did a phenomenal job. She was a bitch.
Wait, Becky? You mean Alexis Bledel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, I fucking
sold
hated
him
her.
out.
Okay, isn't that the girl from Gilmore Girls?
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
It is. And
Yeah.
I hated her acting. Above anybody else in the entire movie, I hated her.
Well, she gets killed by Josh Hartnett at the
Yes.
end, so.
Yes. Like, I think there's a difference between
Which I
what's
thought that was a
written
good addition.
on the page and what she did. And I think what's written on the page is a lot better than what she did with it. I was so displeased with everything she did.
Because I saw a pretty good rendition of, you know, this girl that was kind of scared and easily manipulated into selling out everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what's on the page. Like, what's on the page, I thought, like, as far as story arc, I liked what they wrote for her. But what she did, I was like, fuck you. she was terrible. She was like the worst actress in the entire movie.
Okay. Damn. All right. Well, that definitely going to see what you're going to be your pint reviews when it comes to that. I'm curious to hear, because you're giving your first BAF critical and enjoyment for these for a movie.
I think Miho stole the show.
Miho was fucking badass.
Miho's amazing.
Okay, you all have to admit.
You know what else she was in?
Huh?
You know what else she was in?
What else was she in?
Fast and Furious.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tokyo
No.
Drift.
No, not the first one.
Tokyo Drift.
No, she was in the
I don't remember.
second.
She wasn't
one.
in Tokyo Drift.
That's Too Fast, Too Furious with
When they were-
Tyrese.
Yeah, when they're in Miami.
I don't remember that one. It's been
She's
so
so
long since I've
hot.
seen that one. What else has she been in? Because she was the badass character in this.
What's the deal? What's the story behind the swastika Shotokan?
You talking about the one with the
noticed
arrow?
that too, right?
That was a funny dude, though. He was funny.
Yeah,
Because
she was in Too Fast and Furious.
Like,
Yeah.
what's is there a
called
story
Debs.
that why
It's-
she's a Nazi?
it's
or
in the you talking about the bald dude that got hit with the arrow?
I'm talking
She was
about
a war,
Miho
yeah.
using Nazi symbolism for her throwing.
She looked different
weapons.
in A Dame to Kill for.
Maybe it was just a controversial
Wasn't it
thing.
backwards?
Was it-
shuriken
was it-
backwards? Which makes it a Native American. good
No,
luck
not
symbol
Native
if it's
American,
backwards.
Hindu.
Because it wasn't her.
Oh, is it Hindu?
Yeah, so the swastika is a reversed molestation of a Hindu symbol for peace and sun, or peace and light.
But I thought what Miho is using was the opposite orientation, which would make it that good luck symbol.
Stu, you know this stuff, don't you?
I do know it's a Hindu-based bastardization became the swastika. As far as all the other angles of
it's
what
just-
means what, I do not know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You can thank the Germans and Hitler
Yeah.
for really bugging that up.
Well, you got to remember
Fucking up that cool little mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you were
Son of a bitch.
You remember the bald dude that was being all funny when he was awkward. He was shot with the arrow from the.
I love that.
That was great.
I knew you would.
That shit
I
was fucking funny.
loved that.
And you knew the little dude that was in there was also in Kill Bill, was one of the guys that
Yeah.
helped Michael Madsen bury Beatrice Kiddo in Kill Bill Volume 2.
Yeah.
I think he's actually been in a couple Quentin Tarantino movies and everything
so
else.
yes, it is backwards. It is the Hindu rendition.
So it's not the swastika then.
Yeah, because the swastika
Yeah,
was
it's
on
not
fuck.
Nazi.
So why do you
fuckhead.
think she used that?
Well, because in that case, if it was the original, I want to say it's actually swastik is the original name for the correct representation.
Interesting.
In that case, it would simply be a representation of peace, good fortune, and new light, like morning sun.
Okay, well, I guess that fits with Miho.
I don't know. She was a pretty fucking dark bitch.
Badass.
Doesn't really fit well with her.
Well, the thing is that in the sequel, it kind of
And
adds
she's
to
definitely
her,
not Hindu.
but it adds to her character in the sequel because Dwight was one of the ones that saved her from being, what was it, raped or
No,
something?
from being murdered
Yeah.
when
Was it murdered?
she made her first kills in the alley and didn't notice the two guys behind her.
Yeah, and then she was on basically Dwight's side. But I actually liked her because she was almost like a secondary character to Dwight. Like she was almost following Dwight wherever she went. I like Dwight. I thought Clive Owen did a very good job of Dwight. Well, what did you think of Dwight?
I love Dwight.
You thought he was you said he
I
was
loved Dwight in this one.
You didn't like the Josh Brolin version.
Not the second.
No. It was I know. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk briefly about the second one, but I'm going to go ahead and play this clip, which is actually from the Big Fat Kill, which is by far one of the best scenes in, I'd say, the whole Big Fat Kill.
It's got you smoking there, bud.
You shut the hell up, Jackie boy. You're dead. I'm just imagining this, so shut the hell up.
It tells you something about your state of mind, don't it? It's got you hearing things, got your nerves shot. It's got you smoking. You know it's true. Nobody ever really quits. A smoker's a smoker when the chips are down. And your chips are down.
I'm fine. You shut the hell up.
Will you look at that? Those hookers let you down. What are you gonna do when you run out of gas? Call AAA. You sucker for the babes. You ain't even gonna make it to the pits.
You shut the hell up. I'll make it.
Not unless you keep your eyes on the road, sugar pie. Watch it! Ah, this is great. Just like being in a body movie.
Shut up!
Boy, you're screwed. It's over. You're flushed.
This time I can't bring myself to tell him to shut up. Sure is an asshole. Sure is dead.
Yeah, no, I think the scene between Jackie Boy and Dwight was really well thought out the way that it does, because it really showed, because it was almost like a conscience for Dwight.
Yeah.
And it was like, it just, he played it off really well. And it shows what Benice, he's an amazing actor. He's done, I think one of his best movies, in my opinion, I think, Stu, you would agree with me, is Traffic.
Oh, yeah.
No, he was really good in Traffic, and there's so many other movies that he's done. It's crazy because he was also in Star Wars, not Rogue One, Last Jedi, and everything else. But he's been in so many other great movies before then. I've never seen Chi. You ever seen that?
Che,
Part 1 and Part 2. Is that good?
Is this about the old communist dude?
Yes.
Che Guevara.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually played that.
I can never pronounce it.
It's not worth trying to remember.
I think it's Guevara.
Guevara, yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, but I think the title, because I think it's I don't remember what it was, but I remember he's played in a lot of great movies. What do you think? What did you guys think of that scene altogether? Because I remember, Chris, you were talking about how you thought that scene was good, right?
Oh yeah, everything Benicio did as Jackie Boy in this movie was, I thought, fantastic. I really think he
heard that
earned this role.
I believe that was you, Chris.
That vignette.
Chris, was that you?
Your phone went off.
What?
Some sort of computer.
Your phone went off.
Little bubble.
Yeah.
Oh no! My phone's on Do Not Disturb. I just plugged in my laptop to make sure that I don't die on you.
Well, looks like you're taking a punishment.
All right, I'll accept that.
All right, so we don't have to spin the wheel for him because it doesn't work for me because he doesn't have my lord. So what apparently his punishment.
Yeah.
So Chris, go ahead and explain your punishment. It's something that you fucking hate.
Yeah, I got it.
I hate licorice, and therefore I hate Jaeger. And I also am not a fan of sweet. So my punishment shot is 3/4 Jaeger and 1/4 blue curacao.
All right.
Very
And
interesting.
Got the blue
this was
Caraca.
designed for me by Crystal.
Wait a minute, Crystal made this for you?
Yeah.
When was this?
Yep.
Was this on Halloween?
Yep.
So I had to do, and no, this is after Halloween.
Yeah,
I had
well,
to do a punishment shot for having never seen The Blob.
Oh, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
God.
and we
I
threw it
remember
on our
that.
YouTube shorts.
That was a funny video of your reaction to that.
More fun for other people than for me.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
imagine.
That's every punishment shot we get.
Wow, the funny thing is our guest of BAF gets to take a fucking punishment shot. This is great.
Basically got a crystal pick.
All right, cheers.
And I'm going through Benicio's. There's so many movies I forgot that he was in.
He's in a shitload of movies.
So many movies I
He's
forgot.
been around for a long time.
No, he oh God, there's some
that's worse than Guinness. What the fuck?
Usual Suspects. I forgot that he was in that. He was really good in Usual Suspects.
To me,
The Wolfman.
What movie stands out for you from Benice?
The Way of the Gun.
Man.
Oh my God, that's an oldie from the
Yeah.
2000 or 99 or something. I remember when that came
2000,
out.
yeah.
It's got. It doesn't it also have
2000?
Ryan Felipe.
Yes. Which I remember when he came out with the movie 54 about Studio 54.
God,
Whatever happened to him?
One, isn't it?
Hunted.
Huh?
Studio 54?
Fear and Loathing.
It's just called 54. It's got Salma Hayek in it.
Yeah. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh shit! Yeah, with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Yep, he was in that.
We're in backcountry.
Good.
Believe it or not, that is a fan request from Casey from Deluxe Edition. But he hasn't given me an alcohol yet. Until he gives me one, we will do it. But that is actually a fan request.
We gotta
from
have
him.
Tony on.
You remember the
Fear and
Fan?
Loathing Las Vegas.
We got to have
That was
Tony
a
on
good
that one.
With
Yep.
Robert
That
De
was
Niro,
pretty-
was he in that one?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
that
he
one.
was the fucking pitcher that not the pitcher, whatever fucking Wesley Snipes character played.
I didn't
whatever
know that.
position
Well,
he
Robert
played.
De Niro was the
He was the fan. He was the obsessed fan.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't
Yeah.
know Benice was in that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was the he took over for Wesley Snipe.
Yeah.
Whatever position he was playing.
Yeah.
And shit. Or no, his number. That's what it was.
Okay, I
That's
remember
what it
that.
was.
Yeah.
21 grams.
Yeah, no, that's a
Of
good
what?
movie.
Exactly what you think.
No, it's 21 grams.
I mean, I'm thinking a lot of stuff. Like,
Hold on, what other movies? Because
Natch.
Yes. So we're back. All right, so all together, the Big Fat Kill, I think.
Cholo?
From what it looks like, this is Stu. I almost said your name. Stu's favorite.
That's my name.
Of the. Yeah, I know what I said something else. Shut up. I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to set me up.
he's gullible for that one. I like it.
All
It's
right,
well
so we're gonna
played.
go ahead and talk about the That Yellow Bastard, which this is the only one in the stories where I thought the bad acting showed. Not from Bruce Willis, but Nick Stahl.
I thought it was Neil Patrick Harris at first.
You thought that was Neil Patrick Harris?
I thought it was Neil Patrick Harris at first. I was like, holy shit! What the? Hold on a minute.
Wait till I get to the
But
different cast choices.
It was Nick Stahl, right?
Was one of them Neil Patrick Harris?
No, Leonardo DiCaprio was the original casting for the Yellow Bastard.
That could have been interesting.
It wasn't R. Kelly.
You know what? That would have fit.
Well, that could have worked.
I think that would have worked. Yes, Leonardo DiCaprio was originally up for the role of Rourke Jr. And
They just open up the flight log and start
I
checking.
kind of wish
checking
they
people.
went with that, but he declined to do it. He did not want to do it. Nick
Well,
Stahl,
he didn't want his business on screen.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I didn't
We
even think
never
about
record that, guys.
But the thing about Nick Stahl is that he's okay. He's an okay actor, but his acting was a little rough in this story. I thought Bruce Willis did a good job though as Hardigan. I mean, would you guys agree? Okay, Stu.
Oh,
say it.
That's who he. Okay,
That's
now
a
I
com-
got him.
You
He
thought
was
it
in
was very
Terminator
wooden.
2.
So this is a part of what I was going to address during the critical reviews. The acting is bad, but it's meant to be bad. So they succeeded in being
But are you saying
bad.
that on every single story?
But
or
I
just
don't
on
think
this
it was
story?
on purpose. That's the problem.
As far as Hardigan, Bruce Willis was very wooden, very
He was, but I think that's the way it was meant to be.
I know
played.
it was meant the way it was, but
it's just hard to watch.
No,
it's bad acting is still bad acting. Yes, you're going out of your way to be bad acting, but you're still bad acting. So is it good? Is it bad?
What do you think, Chris?
He's good at bad acting. It's good because it's bad.
Chris,
I thought Nick Stahl was better than Bruce Willis.
Whoa. Okay, see, I disagree. I thought Nick Stahl was worse than Bruce Willis.
No.
Bruce
I
Willis-
think Bruce Willis, I agree. He was wooden.
He was Bruce Willis
was-
playing Bruce Willis.
Like,
And that's the
a little
problem.
bit, yeah. And I thought it was a good performance. I appreciated what he was doing, but between the two of them, I thought Nick Stahl was better.
Yeah, it's like so one of the alternate castings for the Green Goblin and the Amazing Spider-Man was Nick Cage. Okay, so exactly, if you saw Nick
That would not
Cage
have worked.
playing the Goblin, would you have liked that, or would you have just seen Nick Cage playing another Nick Cage on a movie?
Do you know who the other?
That's what we saw with Bruce Willis.
Do you know who was originally casted for Hardigan?
No,
Matt Dillon.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
What?
Really?
Something
What?
about
That
Mary?
time frame.
You don't know who Matt Dillon is?
Something about Mary?
That time frame, I could see him being talked about.
Wild Things?
But he would have been
Hold
too
on.
young to play the role.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Right.
we're good.
No,
You know what?
in
I could
2005?
have seen him in the second one, not the first one, but the second
To
one.
play who?
To play the Hardigan that's like, the ghost Hardigan for Nancy?
No, I'm saying like I couldn't see.
He would have done all right.
I don't see Matt Dillon in
Woulda
the
gonna-
first one and
There we
any of
go.
those
Yeah,
characters.
that's words.
I could see him in the second one though.
Matt Dillon would not have worked
No?
for Hardigan's role.
No, it wouldn't
He's
have.
too young. He was
No,
too young.
Kevin Dillon would have worked better.
Yes, he
Yeah.
absolutely would have worked better.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
Okay, yeah,
Kevin
time
Dillon
frame. I
on
wasn't thinking
Christmas
about
Eve.
that.
I'm gonna bring another one up because this is the only last casting choice that's different. It has to do with the whole Big Fat Kill, which I should have brought up during the Bad Fit Kill, but I'm just curious what you guys think. Anthony
Bad
Michael
Fit
Hall as
Kill.
Dwight.
What was that?
Bad fit kill.
Big Fat Kill.
There we go.
No.
Big vat kill.
Anthony Michael Hall as Dwight.
He said bag vit kill. There we go.
Oh,
Anthony
kinda
Michael
see that.
Hall?
Anthony Michael Hall. Yeah. Fucking what you call from Breakfast Club and
No.
Weird Science.
I'm with Chris on this. Hell no.
Oh, he actually did pretty decent in Halloween Ends.
Yeah, he did decent in that, but
Or
everything
no,
else,
Halloween Kills. I'm sorry, Halloween Kills.
I could
It's
see
just
him
not
in
the
it.
right typecast.
Oh no, Clive Owen was better,
Yeah,
but it still would have
Yeah.
been different to see what he would have pulled off.
not as good. Correct.
Now,
Different.
Matt Dillon for Hardigan, I think Bruce Willis did it justice, in my opinion. I know you say that it's wooden acting and he's playing Bruce Willis playing Bruce
I'm
Willis.
not saying I didn't say he was Bruce Willis playing Bruce Willis. They've said it. Bruce Willis playing Bruce Willis.
So what did you not like about it?
That it's purposely overacting, chewing the scenery.
But that's the whole point of the movie.
I understand. I absolutely understand. That's why I
that
said
doesn't make it good.
that's what is going to make it difficult for me during my critical time is because
It was
it's
purposefully
bad acting. Yes, they did it on purpose, but it's still bad acting. But they acted well to be bad acting, but it's still bad acting.
Wait a minute. Whoa,
So
whoa, 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 whoa.
Damn it.
Didn't this argument come up in Planet Terror also?
Yeah.
Yeah. This
And
was
it's
also
a hard fucking situation.
where the movie is where they film the movie where they make it to be like bad acting, but that's the way it's supposed to be, but it's not. So you're saying that Planet Terror and Sin City are kind of filmed in the same way?
Well, when they're
With
trying
the
to emulate certain genres
yes.
that were known for bad acting, then yes, they're the same way that in that aspect.
What do you think?
Just because it's bad acting that's meant to be bad acting doesn't make it good acting.
I mean, to be
We actually had this whole discussion on Planet Terror.
And
Yeah.
as devil's advocate, it kind of goes back to Picasso. It took me 2 years to learn how to paint and paint well. It took me 30 years to learn how to paint like a 2-year-old. It is technically, if you want to really, really stretch out and respect the art form, very difficult for a good actor to act bad. So,
Yeah, you said this on Planet Terror.
but at the end of the day, it is still bad acting.
Yeah.
It's it makes it very hard to judge.
Well, I guess it's just personal preference then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to.
Chris, what do you think?
I think there's validity to the idea that it takes a good amount of acting skill to purposefully act badly. I totally do, and it's so fucking annoying.
He was talking, he just bobbed. I was like, wait a minute, what?
I'm trying to work through it, but yeah, it's happening.
Is that from the punishment shot?
Yeah, we can blame it on the punishment shot.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
You're not growing?
But I think it's difficult to act bad when you're a good actor. I don't think that Bruce Willis is a fantastic actor. I don't think it's a huge jump for him to play it badly.
Was he ever nominated for an Oscar?
No,
for anything?
I don't think so.
No, because he was a comedy actor at first, and he
I actually think he does. I think he does comedy
drama
better.
or comedy.
Drama.
No, he does. To me, he does comedy really well.
That's right. No, he was drama at first.
Dramatic comedies, because he was in
Moonlighting.
Yeah,
for the longest time.
And then he switched off of Moonlighting to do Buddies.
No, he did. Death Becomes Her
or Fifth Element. It was
no. Fifth Element was like 95. No, Die Hard. I think because the
I think it was Die Hard.
Everyone had
Die
a problem
Hard is more
seeing
comedy.
him as an action guy because he was coming from that dramedy.
Yeah.
No. But
feel.
the thing about his action is that when you think of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, they don't have as much comedy to their role. John McClane has a lot more comedy.
Yes.
He has a lot of more one-liners that actually...
He's more of the Joe Every guy.
Yeah. Which actually works better. But the thing is that, to me, his comedy, like Death Becomes Her, I thought he was hilarious in Death Becomes Her. And also, I think he was in Look Who's Talking. He did the voice in Look Who's Talking, didn't he?
This is going to be fucked up because I know it's a shitty fucking movie, but god damn it, it's a fun fucking movie. And you can tell Bruce Willis was having a
go
great
ahead, I'm curious.
fucking time. Hudson Hawk.
This is a fucking great movie. That's a good movie.
Right? It's a shit movie. It's a shit movie.
It is. But it's
But
fun.
you could tell he was having an amazing fucking time.
Yeah.
And he was doing shitty acting.
So was Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he purposely chose to do the shitty acting in Hudson Hawk.
Fifth Element was
But I'm
another
like, God,
difficult one because it was supposed to be bad.
12 Monkeys. That was his best
12
acting.
Monkeys was
12 Monkeys was
good.
To me, that right there is where his acting chops comes in play.
Yeah. I
'Cause I thought
think
he
that
was amazing in
Sixth
12
Sense.
Monkeys.
Uh,
I mean, yeah.
No, really?
I gave that more to Haley Osment Joel, whatever the fuck is his, what is his name?
Haley Joel Osment.
I think you have
Billy
almost
Joel
anybody else besides Bruce Willis in that role in Sixth Sense. It doesn't play as well.
Really?
No.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
whoa,
either.
You need somebody.
No.
You need somebody. He needed to be able to play that disconnected ability that he was showing.
So
that
you believe that
Yeah.
Sin
I
City
think
that this
French
is
could have done just a good at his job.
no. I mean anybody.
French Stewart.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it just as good.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
So you
Cillian
believe
Murphy could have killed it.
who?
Oh
Back
yeah.
then-
Cillian Murphy.
Oh no, he was a
back then?
child.
Cillian Murphy's an amazing actor. Actually, when you
But-
think about it.
It's not Cillian.
What do you say
It's Killian.
I'm telling you.
It's properly pronounced Killian.
Yeah.
for Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Oh, I always
just
thought
like
it was
Denzel
Cillian.
Washington
No.
is
it's
Denzel,
spelled Cillian.
It's spelled that way, but
Yeah.
it's
but he's Irish.
Killian.
I had no idea. Well, I appreciate you telling me that.
Yeah.
I did not know. I thought it was always Cillian Murphy.
No.
Just
It's
like
Cillian
Timothy
Murphy.
Chalamet, Chalamet is
appreciate you telling
Timothée
me that.
Chalamet.
Timothy.
But what you're saying is that you feel that this was wooden acting from Bruce Willis.
I feel it was like the overacting. The detective noir.
He's
that
right. It's
time
weird.
frame. It's that time frame acting,
it's
which
so
is shitty
weird.
acting. It's garbage acting.
I know, but that's the
he
thing.
was
That's when
doing
he
it on
pulls it off so
purpose.
fucking well. That's the thing. When you think about, all right, when you think of Dick Tracy, all right, you think that's bad acting?
I think a lot of Dick Tracy is bad acting, but it's meant to be bad acting.
Exactly.
There's
just like
nothing
Sin City.
serious about Dick
No, I don't
Tracy.
think it was meant to be bad acting then. I think it was just meant to be super dramatic, and they thought that was cool.
Sometime down the road, I mean, probably in 2025, that's going to be one of my picks because that is a fucking fun movie. But when you think about Sin City and Dick Tracy, Sin City is just a very colorful version of Sin City.
Sin City is a colorful version of Sin City?
No, not with the narrations
Really?
and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is by
You're not
because
even
they're
correcting
both
yourself?
Detective noirs?
The over the top.
Holy fucking shit.
The over the top violence, the over the top, just the gangsters and stuff like that, just like in Sin City.
So what is a more colorful version of Sin City? Sin City?
You did say Sin City is a more colorful version of Sin City. You did say that.
How about we address where your mistake was, and then we know what the fuck you're talking
Dick
about.
Tracy is a more colorful version of Sin City.
Thank you for letting us in on the
I don't know how
plot.
I said
I
that
appreciate it.
I feel they're totally different feels.
No, they are different, but they both have the over the topness.
Yeah, they may have both over the top, but that's like Pee Wee Herman's Big House or whatever it is the same as fucking Dick Tracy, the same as Sin City. It's over the top. That doesn't mean it's the same.
If you had to find a movie that you would have to compare to Sin City, what would it be?
Probably closer would be
Watchmen.
Yeah,
really?
Watchmen's so much better.
No,
Watchmen had the same dark feel, the same tonality.
I disagree.
It was much better done in Watchmen.
Exactly, but
Yeah,
there's
because
no
it
were
wasn't-
more successful. There was no over the topness in
compared to Sin City.
In Watchmen, there was no over the topness.
Not compared to Sin City.
Whoa. Okay, no, I thought I was on your side at first. So what the fuck?
It was over the top. It was over the top, but the thing is, it's a superhero movie. There's a little bit of a difference there. Sin City
doesn't matter.
Sin
They
City
weren't-
isn't a superhero movie. Sin
Yeah,
City
it
is
is.
more of a
Yeah, they are.
What?
They're superheroes. They're absolutely
Do you
fucking
think you
superheroes.
could throw a cop out of a car 14 fucking feet like Merv did?
Okay,
no,
so there's a Dr.
he's a
Manhattan.
superhero.
Get hit by a fucking speeding car, about 12 fucking times?
Okay.
Yeah.
You think you could slap fucking goddamn that bitch in the chair and make her fucking do a goddamn 360 in the air?
Chris, back me up here, please.
Come through the fucking door like the Kool-Aid man.
You know we're right.
I want to know what does Chris think?
You know we're right.
I hadn't thought about it, but Stu has a fucking great point.
Damn it!
Like I think I'm on board with Stu right now. That is,
of course, everybody's on board with Stu.
point.
That Watchmen and Sin City are
closer together than Dick Tracy and Sin City.
Well, you got to remember this.
Remember what? I got to remember what?
Dick Tracy is closer to fucking Moulin Rouge, my dude.
Have you even seen Dick Tracy?
Yeah.
Oh, you have seen Dick.
Yeah.
Madonna is breathless Mahoney. Come on.
You've seen Watchmen?
Yeah.
It's so funny how you've seen some of these movies, but other movies that are like iconic you've never seen.
Ron, we've had this discussion about you also many years ago.
I've seen a lot more movies
tell me
than
I'm-
years ago.
Tell me
you
I'm
were
wrong.
You were Chase many years ago.
Come on.
But seriously,
No,
tell
I
me I'm
wasn't.
wrong.
No, I
You
wasn't.
were.
No, I wasn't.
You're welcome.
You absolutely
You asked
fucking
for
were.
it.
All right.
No, but right. It's like it's closer to fucking Moulin Rouge than I don't remember what the point was
Dick
actually.
Tracy.
That
Dick
way-
Tracy
there
was
we go.
closer to Moulin Rouge.
We were
than
discussing
Sin
about
City.
the overtopness and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But
see?
all right, back to the whole thing about Bruce Willis and his acting.
Back
You
to
said
the
his
whole.
acting was horrible.
It is.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and play this clip because it'll give an idea of his acting.
It's nothing. Barely a flesh wound. On your feet, old man.
You're right. You're right.
Roar!
We know.
Give it up.
Let the girl go.
You can't do a goddamn thing to me, Hardigan. You know who I am. You know who my father is. You can't touch me, you piece of shit cop.
You know who my dad is?
Look at you. You can't even lift that cannon you carry.
Fuck off.
Sure I can.
Love that he's got a little
Cover your
revolver
eyes,
in
Nancy.
fucking
I don't want you watching this. Mean it, baby.
pumping
Cover your
double
eyes
up.
right now.
Okay. I can agree with you about his wooden acting.
I take his weapons away. Both of them.
Sounds
you from fucking Bad Santa.
I don't know why, but it sounds like you.
For God's sakes, don't make it any worse.
I swear you don't listen sometimes.
Don't make me
You gotta
kill
love Michael Madsen.
Doing fine, Bob.
I swear you don't listen sometimes.
Oh, he does listen. He just likes to make it his own idea.
Kick your ass.
My time. Just a few more minutes, just till the backup gets here.
Sit down and stay down. I'll kill you if I have to.
Keep his mind off the girl. Skinny little Nancy. You can't kill her once the backup gets here.
Run home, Nancy. Run for your life.
Is it just me, or was it creepy the way
Don't
he kept
listen to him. He's a crazy man.
adjectiving her?
You stay right where you're at.
Not just
Shoot
little
your
Nancy.
partner in the back.
Skinny little Nancy. What the fuck,
And then you
dude?
try to scare a little girl. Maybe I'll pull my spare rod.
Well, you gotta remember, they're
plug you a
reading
couple
from
times, show you how it's done. Could work something out, but you've blown
So
that.
that's their
That
script.
Sit
just
down,
means the comic's
I'll
creepy.
blast you in half. You're so slow, you'll never stop. Sit down.
All right, here we go.
I'll be able to stop it.
Why don't we do Mystery Science
finally
Theater
sit down.
3000?
We are.
Just like you told me to.
Yeah.
The sirens are close now. She'll be safe.
But she won't. She'll just be a whore.
Sexy whore.
I mean, you're not going to get much business
Things
if you're
go
not.
dark.
That's true.
I don't mind much. Getting sleepy. That's
So
okay.
This is Wooding acting.
She'll be safe. An old man dies.
Totally phoning in right here.
A little girl lives.
It's overacting.
Fair trade.
Overacting, yes.
All right, so you all believe that. So now this is gonna be fun because I'm really curious to see what everybody's ranking of the stories are. But so far, the Yellow Bastard, you weren't a fan of it, Chase. You thought Nick Stahl had better acting than Bruce Willis in this one.
I think they're both shit. But they were both intentionally shit, maybe? It's taking a standardized storyline and putting larger than life characters on it. It's just a very strange magnification to me of various story devices, because I've always appreciated the old 40s and 50s detective noir.
Right.
It's fun. It is. But a reimagining of it in a modern setting with better understanding of various everyday goings on from your viewership, and a perfectly capable crew, if you will, to then go back and create a shittier version of what you could have done is just odd to me.
Okay.
I can appreciate the homage, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I feel like they could have... Was Sin City really a huge fucking following from comics? Because I had never heard of it before I saw this movie title.
I mean, it wasn't a huge...
for fans of Frank Miller.
Yeah.
Frank Miller fans.
Okay, yeah.
So
I feel like they could have just rewritten it and made a better fucking movie.
I disagree. I think Frank Miller is very well-known.
You think
graphic
that
novel.
this could not have been better if you had the actors that you paid just acted fucking well instead of dumbing their shit down? Because I'm kind of baffled. Do you think that you would not have had a better movie if you had not asked all of these huge actors to act shittily?
I think they did the characters justice from the graphic novel.
Keep the you can still do that, and you can keep the noir essence without being complete dog shit.
Reading the two. All right, I read all three stories in a graphic novel. I've read the first one in book form, and the other two online.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the actors portray the characters perfectly well. I think the casting was good.
Casting was fantastic. It was star-studded. These people had amazing acting chops, and they were proven.
Well, they were also regulars with Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino. They were regulars.
Okay, but from a standard viewership, not a cinephile,
okay, but
does that matter? No.
See, the thing is that you think that this was just made for the fans, or you made for for an open audience?
I think it was made for Frank Miller. That's the problem.
Well, Frank Miller was a part of it. He was part of the direction
He
of it.
wrote everything, and it was a movie made for him, not a viewership.
I wouldn't say that.
How well did it do in the theater?
It did well.
That's
the first movie did well.
Said say you're wrong. All right, what did it do probably between U.S. and global? I think you said somewhere in the 175 range.
It did. Let's see here. I'm looking right here. The budget was $40 million. It made $74 million domestic, and it made $158 million worldwide.
So it's a 2.25.
And how much can you attribute that to tits? Not storyline.
No, I think the story. First of all, Mickey Rourke was like a big. When this first came out, this was a comeback for Mickey Rourke because Mickey Rourke was like. I think the last movie.
The wrestler was Mickey Rourke's
to be
comeback.
fair, to be very clear.
But this was before the wrestler. I think the wrestler was like.
The wrestler was Mickey Rourke's comeback.
It was.
Mickey Rourke's career was still dead at this point.
But when you think about it.
I'm not saying it is a shit movie because you guys have argued your points and you have convinced me to change my slight viewpoint. But it just seems like you could still pay homage to the original literature without having your actors that have huge names already try and act worse than they can. You know what I'm getting at?
I do, but they made the choice not because they didn't even have. They could have played the words better, even just using the same words. But they were leaning heavily into wanting to evoke the same feel of those 40s, 50s detective noirs. Which is known for the shitty acting as a whole. That's what they are known for that.
What noirs?
Right? You have a few handful ones that are fucking standouts, but 90% of that genre is scene chewing.
And
over
I can
the top.
absolutely accept that argument for the first movie. The second one,
the second movie, they were trying. They were just trying to piggyback unsuccessfully. Off of the first city.
So let's go ahead and dabble into the second movie. Actually, what did you all think of A Dame to Kills For?
Eva Green's amazing.
Well, yeah, you just think she's
I thoroughly enjoyed her screen time.
Gorgeous.
She was gorgeous.
Gorgeous. I don't even know how fucking old she is. I think she's in her 50s, but good Christ, I would burn a new hole.
No, I think she's younger than that. I think she's in her.
I was
mid-40s.
fine-ish with Josh Brolin.
Sorry, I love her in Penny Dreadful.
No, that's the one that's the thing I wanted you to bring up because I remember you said you liked Clive Owen
much better. But I think it would have been better is when he had the surgery. Came out as fucking Clive Owen because they talk about having a whole new face and shit like that. I'm like, okay, cool. I understand what they're doing here. I've been cool with this.
Well, you know that A Dame to Kills For is a prequel and a sequel.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had asked what our rankings for storylines.
I was going to do that when we do our Pride reviews.
What storylines are they specifically?
Big Fat Kill, Yellow Bastard, and Hard Goodbye. It's just 3 stories.
Big Fat Kill.
Don't count. Don't even count
Clive Owen's Dwight.
Yeah.
Yellow Bastard is Bruce Willis.
Yes. And then Marv is a Hard Goodbye.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the Josh Hartnett. That's just a giveaway. That's just a very add-in. And they added in the last scene in the movie just to close out the whole
little
thing.
bookend.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
Fuck
I
that
thought it was
traitors,
good.
bitch.
Yeah. But no, that's
at least
the 3.
he let them have a cigarette.
Huh?
At least he lets them have a cigarette.
Yeah.
All right, that's
even though he's about to
he
fucking...
offered.
Okay.
Even though he's about
real
to
quick,
kill
no,
her.
I just realized we had this whole discussion and I didn't ask Chris. Do you think they could have made a better movie while still paying homage with the stars that they had without asking them to act as shitty as they did? Or do you think it would have taken away from the original interpretation?
I'm going to say with a caveat, I think that what they did was right. That having great actors act shittily was appropriate to what they were doing. The caveat on that is in some cases, the part wasn't three-dimensional enough. And I'm thinking of Michael Clark Duncan. I'm thinking of Miho, that those parts they didn't have enough for them to work with to really flesh them out.
Right.
Okay.
So they did a good job, but they did a good job in a limited sense because there wasn't more for them to do.
Yeah, that just
And
wasn't
then-
base material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there were some cases like Brittany Murphy. I thought her performance was all over the place. Sometimes it was great, sometimes it was shitty.
Yeah, well, hers was
And-
short though.
Relatively, yeah, relatively.
She
compared to other
played a
people.
bartender at the bar, and she played in the beginning when Dwight was first introduced, and I think it was maybe 10 minutes. And
Yeah, it wasn't a ton.
you didn't see any more of her after that, so she was
But
more of
in-
like a side character.
Right. But in general, I think having these good actors play to this noir aesthetic was a good move, and that their performances were appropriate to that aesthetic.
Yeah.
So I thought ultimately it was a good move.
Okay. We're gonna, like I said, we've talked about all three stories. We're gonna talk briefly about the Dame that Kills For. Did you guys enjoy A Dame that Kills For? Do you think it was a worthy sequel? Do you think that they kind of screwed up with it? Do you think it was a little rushed, or there was a lot of fucking actors in it. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and go down the huge cast of that one, which is kind of shocking. Here we have, let's see here. First of all, it was a budget of $65 million. It made only $39 million, so it didn't make any money back. It lost money.
About a 80% larger budget and made. Now, was that only domestic? It made that money or global?
No, that was worldwide.
I tell you what, I would love to have a demographics summary.
It was a huge
on
flop
on these
because
earnings.
Robert Rodriguez was planning on making a third one.
Yeah.
And he was going to make a third one to add the other stories, which is actually the other books that are in Frank Miller's series is A Dame to Kill For, which they already did, Family Values, Booze, Broads, and Bullets, and Hell and Back. So those were the three that he was going to put in his next movie. It never got made because this was a flop. It did horrible. The cast in this was Mickey Rourke, of course, Jessica Alba, Josh Brolin, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Rosario Dawson, thank you. Bruce Willis, Eva Green, Dennis Haysworth, who I think
Ava?
huh?
Ava Green?
Is it Ava?
It's Ava, yeah.
All right, Ava Green. Dennis Haysworth is Haysworth is the same guy who replaced Michael Clark Duncan. I've seen him in a lot of movies.
Mm-hmm. He was great in The Unit.
Yeah, I think he's in a lot of things.
And
Powers
also,
Booth,
selling insurance.
and guess what?
Amazing at that.
And
Was it
guess
State
what?
Farm? No, not State Farm.
Another BAF Hall of Famer.
Allstate.
Yeah,
There
Allstate.
he is.
Another BAF Hall of
you.
Famer, Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
Yep.
Goodfellas, Cocaine Bear, Sin City, A Dame to Kill For.
There they go.
So Ray Liotta has finally hit our list for the BAF Hall of Famer.
Send out the notification to him.
I don't think he'll answer.
Christopher
We
Maloney.
can send it to him.
All right, we got Jeremy Piven. We got Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
What did y'all think of his little short role?
It was
I liked it.
Yeah.
$40, you get $40 worth of work.
You got Jamie King. You got Juno Temple. And you also got Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
So,
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, yeah.
Gaga.
But seriously, I thought this movie, it's nowhere near the power of the first one. I think the first one is a lot better. I think the stories really pull you in. This one
here had a different
dragged.
feel.
It dragged.
It did. It dragged a lot, and it had a completely different feel and story premise.
Yes, and I think with the actors portraying the roles, because this was a prequel and a sequel, so you see Marv before he dies. He looked, I think Chase brought this up at the beginning of the show, like fat Marv, basically.
Dude, he done packed on some pounds, all right?
But he drove an awesome fucking car in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
He drove a fucking Tucker. I loved it. I was so happy to see a Tucker being driven. Made me happy.
Yeah.
It
So
looked like Steven Seagal the later years.
yes.
Oh God,
That's a good comparison
You know,
right
he actually
there. Yeah.
used to live right up the road from us.
What?
Steven Seagal?
Seagal. He used to live right up the road. He was in Lake of the Woods. He
wow.
got kicked
You're
out.
fucking bullshitting. There's no
I'm
way. in
not.
Fucking
He
hell.
kept showing up in
Steven
his
Seagal-
fucking
No.
helicopter, and the HOA kicked him out. Look it up, bitch. Google it.
Google.
I met,
Okay,
I
if
met
you're wrong,
Kevin Dillon
Ron.
on Christmas Eve.
Steven Seagal in Lake of the Woods.
Yep.
Did Steven Seagal ever live in Lake of the Woods,
Steven.
Virginia?
Yep. He kept showing up, and they're like, "We can't do this. There's noise ordinances in place. You cannot be landing a helicopter in the neighborhood." And he's like, "I'm fucking Steven Seagal. I'll do whatever the hell I want." And you're like, "Okay,
there's nothing on Google.
You're not going to live here anymore."
There's nothing on Google about Steven Seagal. I'm looking up here. Steven Seagal in Lake of
Dwayne
the
the
Woods.
Rock Johnson lives about
his
main
Deadly
residence
Ground
is
in
45 minutes
1994
away.
American environment. Yeah, there's nothing. Show me the proof. Show me the fucking proof. Okay.
So, all right. Yep. So now you got to show proof on both those things you just said.
Yeah, because I don't see fucking
Steven
Steven Seagal being in Lake of the Woods.
I'll bring a guest on who tends.
No, show the proof.
Yeah,
show the proof.
I'll bring a guest on who tended the horses for him on his property.
No, now. Because you said he lives like 4 miles away from here.
45 minutes. He's in Culpeper.
Oh, 45.
You said Lake of the Woods.
Seagal was. Dwayne the Rock Johnson lives in Culpeper.
He does have a residence here.
He's got a horse farm and all that. And
I didn't know that, but Steven Seagal in Lake of the Woods, I don't believe.
That I don't know about.
Yeah, it's funny.
I do know he's a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
I heard he's a prick.
Yeah.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
But
I just said prick. I just changed the word.
You just have to spin it your own fucking way, don't you? You just can't fucking help yourself. You can't let somebody else say something that is their own. You have to just fucking throw your own shit into it.
Oh shit!
God damn you, Ron.
I'm waiting for this Lake of the Woods crap.
So while he's doing,
see how the phone's all silent. We're all looking.
While he's doing that,
okay, I will say I did find a Steven Seagal that has Hollywood connections. That was born in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay, so Lake of the Woods.
That I haven't seen yet, but because this one's apparently an animator who's worked on Toy Story and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm waiting. But I was like, Steven Seagal, born in Richmond. I'm like, really? Well, maybe this is great. Oh, then I look at it like, oh, that's a different Steven Seagal.
Oh, so it's not it's not the official Steven Seagal.
No, it is official Steven Seagal.
It is an official Steven Seagal. Yes,
selling a $3.4 million bulletproof house
in Arizona. Cool. Yeah, but that was before he moved to fucking Russia.
Where's the Lake of the Woods?
When you can prove it wasn't a thing, let me know and I'll take the shot. Otherwise, I will keep looking this up.
No. That is not how this works.
No,
that's not how
keep looking it up.
Works.
You take a shot if you can't prove it now. You made you made the outage. You gotta say it.
That's what fucking millennial leftists say.
What did you think of it?
It was all right. I mean, it wasn't the best, but I did like how it was a prequel and sequel all in one.
It was a little confusing though, because I felt like the part, especially with Nancy, because Marv visited Nancy over when he had the beers and he did the burping and stuff like that. I like it. Hell, I like it here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nancy looked like completely normal. But around that time, Nancy was all stitched up and cut up and everything.
Yeah, she cut her face up to go have Marv do her business.
There was just that was the only thing that I had problem with because it didn't match up with the time.
Well, that would have been the sequel portion. Because
because he went to die after that, and the whole story with him helping Nancy was before he went to deal with the whole Elijah Wood character and stuff like that, dealing with Goldie.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying was that the first movie, everything was in its correct timeline.
Yeah.
Right? The second one, what you're talking about is when she wanted the senator dead, right? And her face was all cut up.
Yeah.
Right? That's how she got Marv to do her business.
Yes, I understand that.
So that part there would have been the sequel.
But it doesn't make sense because he dies in the original and Nancy wasn't like that. Because you remember he visited Nancy in her apartment and had a couple beers? And he was like, hell, I like it here and everything else.
Well, it wouldn't have been the prequel portion of it.
It just...
Because Nancy's face was perfectly fine.
But that's what I'm saying. The first movie, Nancy was fine.
It may have been just in one of those voids.
It's that like I said, that's the only part that I have a problem with, or I guess it's continuity.
Yeah,
that's what it is. But stuff like that. But I mean, other than that, everything else was fine. Like the Michael Clark Duncan character had the bad eye
Yeah.
in the original movie, but the second movie, that's explained how he lost
got
his
it.
eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. And stuff like that. But he was shot up and it looks like that he was killed, but he was still alive in the other one. So you thought that he got killed in the sequel.
No, I knew because he even says in the original, I work for somebody else now that they recognize. So implying that, no, this was the story of who he worked for prior.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, Dame to Kill 4 has a lot of flaws, but it's an enjoyable sequel. It's nothing compared to the first one. The first one, to me, I think is more entertaining. But A Dame to Kills 4 does drag a little bit, and the story, I think there's like 4 stories. There's the Joseph Gordon-Levitt story dealing with his dad, the son with the Rourke. Then you have
I actually liked that one.
The Marv with Nancy, and then you have Josh Brolin's character, the Dwight character, going against the Dame to Kills 4. Apparently, when I did the research, it says that there was 4 stories. I don't know what the 4th story was. Maybe it was something added onto it and stuff like that. But it wasn't as good because The Dame to Kills 4 is just one book. So I have to read that book. I'd like to read that graphic novel to find out exactly what was different. But I don't know. It was okay. Chris, what do you think? What do you think of The Dame to Kills 4? Did you enjoy it?
Short answer, not as much. I thought that the acting was more consistent across the board. That the actors, instead of like big highs and big lows, it was more like middle ground across the board with all the actors. But I thought the stories were much less compelling than the original.
Oh, yeah.
So ultimately, it suffered as much as the acting was consistent. It suffered from the fact that the story was not great.
No, I agree. I mean, what do you think, Stu?
I think it is.
You think it was a cash grab?
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely, 100%.
But it was cool that they got a lot of the actors back. Do you think it would have been better with Josh Brolin was actually have been Clive Owen's character? Because
bring Clive Owen
the
back?
recasting, because they recasted him as Josh Brolin.
I was okay with them as Josh Brolin up until the point of where the surgery happened. I'm like, okay, now they need to have Clive Owen be the one coming out of the surgery, and no, it's still Josh Brolin with trying to look like Clive Owen. I'm like,
that will look fucking weird as fuck.
Yeah, but that's what they did. I'm like, this is not right at all. This is a wasted opportunity because they even said he has a whole new face and shit like that in the original one, implying, okay, this makes sense why they could do a recast right here, but then bring him back at the end, as Clive Owen catching shit. So as service to the fans of the original.
Yeah.
And it would have worked wonderful.
Yeah.
But they missed it. I guess they didn't want Clive for whatever
they couldn't
reason.
get him. They maybe not have been able to get him.
No,
I think when this was made, Clive wasn't doing shit.
It was just budget.
This was made out, and I think I didn't get the date for when that was come out, but I can look that up. But I think
Brolin was already a bigger name by that point. I think, if I remember correctly. So
this came out in 2014.
Yeah, and the original was 2005, so you can see how much of a difference
That's
there was.
Fucking 9 years.
Yeah.
Jeez, no wonder it didn't do well.
No, the thing is,
there's a lot of reasons why it didn't do well.
There was a big fan base for the first one when it first came out, and they said that it actually got great positive reviews. It wasn't rotten. It was actually very ripe. You go by critical, and then even by user, it was actually very good. But when the Dame to Kills 4 came out, it was all rotten.
The hell was that?
That wasn't me.
No, camera.
Well,
hold on.
We'll be right back. We're going to go ahead and take a break.
Technical difficulty.
Snickers.
All right, so we are back with the show as we talk about the Dame. We talk about A Dame to Kills 4, which, like I said, I wasn't really wanting to dwell really into that much of that movie.
Yeah.
I do want to do a pilot review so everybody can have their own take on it, what they thought about it. So what we're going to do now is talk about the score real quick for Sin City, and then we were going to do our ranking of the 3 stories from the first Sin City, and then we're going to do our pilot reviews of both movies.
Okay.
Because I'd like to see what everybody thought of both movies. I'm curious because it's going to be 2 different separate reviews here. So the one thing about the score is that the Sin City score is done by 3 composers. Robert Rodriguez actually does the scores for his movies a lot. He also wanted to try and get Hans Zimmer to do the score for this. Hans Zimmer says
he would have been.
No. Hans Zimmer wasn't available at the time, so he offered two friends of his, John Debney and Graham Revell. So John Debney and Graham Revell actually came on board. So they had 3 composers do all the fucking scores for this movie. This is Marv's theme right here. And I think it's a fucking great theme. It just shows it's perfect. So we're going to actually get into Dwight's theme coming up here, which this is a theme at the end coming up right now where they're about to do the whole shoot 'em up scene where they're shooting up Michael Clark Duncan and all them. And it's fucking, to me, it's gorgeous.
It's kind of fitting with all the hookers.
Oh, yeah, with the saxophone and everything.
It fit the scene.
And it's very epic when you think about it. I think this is a very beautiful theme, and it's not something you would think for a movie like this. I mean, what do you think?
No, I think it does fit with the noir time period.
Most definitely.
Yeah, especially with the saxophone and stuff like that, because the saxophone, like a jazzy type of sound, going with a lot of movies like this. And then this is the slight romantic theme coming up with Hartigan and Nancy, right here. Very depressing.
When they're in the
room, when they're talking to each other, and he's just like really confessing her love for him.
Yeah,
and he's just like, "You're like 30 years younger than me. Why am I doing this?"
His relationship was very creepy.
You know, your wife said the exact same thing.
I'm not surprised.
Because I talked to Stowe about this, and I asked her what she thought of the movie, and she said that the Hartigan Nancy thing was creepy. And I was like, how did I know that was going to be you? You saying that, something like that.
It is.
It is creepy when you think about it. Because there's a huge age difference between both of them.
So, technically speaking, yeah, you could just look at it and say it's creepy. But at the same time, you have to recognize that I would say that the character was written very true to life, actually.
Well, coming from you after complaining about this movie, that's really strange.
Right? So what you see is this 11-year-old girl who was kidnapped and was basically on the slaughterhouse floor.
Right.
And nobody else was doing anything for her. You don't see a parental figure of any kind in her life. There's no hint that she has family.
Well, she was writing letters to Hartigan, and
Yeah, it seems like he was very possibly the first individual that took an interest in preserving herself.
Yeah.
And at 11 years old, I would grant that an obsession probably started. I'm not going to argue that this was a healthy thing by any means.
No, you definitely shouldn't.
Yeah. But it makes perfect sense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And for that, that encounter at the age with this obsession continuing, I would not find it far-fetched at all for her to develop romantic feelings over the course of however long.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't a bad-looking guy. It's fucking Bruce Willis. You have the epitome of gruff masculinity come to save the day, and quite literally saved both her life and innocence.
Mm.
So yes, I think it tracks.
Yeah.
And now she's 19. She knows what the fuck she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be coming from a healthy place, but who can argue that every relationship they've ever had is coming from a healthy place?
That's true. Okay.
So I completely understand why she's acting this way, why she has those feelings, and I totally understand why Hartigan feels the
opposite.
It's not opposite. He feels the clash, the moral conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, let's face it, she's fucking hot.
She is.
It's Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
She's fucking hot.
Oh, but in the graphic novel, they make her a whole lot hotter than what Jessica Alba was.
Okay,
Especially,
yeah.
The thing is, Jessica Alba, she doesn't do nudity.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the stripper scene, she's completely naked and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're old, not dead.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, you still have this fatherly feeling of protection for this person.
Yeah.
That it was a huge part of your life. For 8 years, you spent in the
think
fucking
Hartigan,
slammer.
see, the thing is, I think Hartigan, that's what he felt like. He felt like a fatherly figure
Yeah.
for Nancy. And he didn't realize that this girl was obsessed with him. But the thing is this girl, Hartigan, was a hero to her.
Yeah.
And then over time,
because that's what it was. He had that hero, larger than life status for her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was not healthy. You're absolutely right. Maybe it could be seen as creepy. But at the end of the day, when the cards are on the table, she's over 18. She's a fucking adult. She is making her own way in life.
When you think about it, it's like a Hollywood relationship.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is.
You think about Al Pacino and his fucking wife is like in his her 30s
Right.
and he's like in his 80s. So,
and you know, a lot of people, their general, their most common view of a lot of relationships with a large age gap is from some older man or woman who has a lot of money, and that's all the younger person is going after.
right.
So, quite frankly, this particular attempt at a relationship is probably healthier than you have seen in any other significant age gap relationship that you would be used to.
Okay.
Quite frankly. But I'm not detracting from that's a little weird.
Yeah.
But it's actually not as, when you really break it down, it's not as bad as a lot of things we've seen before.
Right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and close the show with our ranking and pine reviews. We're going to go ahead and start with Chris. Are you up to starting off first?
Absolutely.
All right. So I want you to do your ranking of the first 3 stories in Sin City, do your pint reviews and critical of Sin City, and then your pint reviews and critical of A Dame to Kills For.
Okay, so the 3 vignettes in the original Sin City, I would say The Hard Goodbye with Marv at the top, The Yellow Bastard with Bruce Willis would be in the middle, and The Big Fat Kill with Benicio del Toro and Clive Owen would be at the bottom.
Okay.
And as far as critical review, I'm thinking 3.5, and that is maybe a little inflated, just by the fact that this aesthetic had not been featured before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you were looking at 300, maybe that aesthetic doesn't take you as far. But that time in, what was it, 2007?
2005.
2005.
Yeah.
At that time, this hadn't been seen before. And this aesthetic carried the movie farther than it would have later on.
Mm-hmm.
So critical 3.5, but my enjoyment, I would give it a 4.
Okay.
I enjoyed these stories. I enjoyed most of the performances, especially like Benicio del Toro. Phenomenal performance.
Yes. And A Dame to Kills For.
So A Dame to Kill For, critical. That aesthetic is not taking them as far, and I thought the story really suffered. Didn't suffer. The story just really wasn't there. Even though the acting was more consistent, I thought across the board that it was, you know, more an okay to good. Critical, I give it a 2.5. And for enjoyment, I would also give it a 2.5. It didn't set off any flames for me. It was more kind of background noise.
Yeah, more of a background movie. It didn't climb up to the original expectation. Like the first one was a whole lot more enjoyable. The second one was just more mediocre.
Yeah, exactly. The second one, I expected more and I got less. And so I give it like a middle of the road 2.5.
Okay, cool. Chris, Ragnar, what is yours?
See here. As far as the stories go, the order that they came out in. Marv's, Dwight's, and Hartigan's.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, basically.
Yeah, the exact order that it fucking came in.
Yeah.
I think each one, you know, each story told, it was told well.
And when you think about it, is the third story starts number one, like the first, like
it starts in the beginning,
but then it goes right to Marv's, and then it ends on the third one. But I'd still go first. Yeah, that I could see that.
Yeah. So, like I said, I think each story told was done well in its own respect. Now, they all fell short, I think, in what it could have been.
Yeah.
So, for the first one, we're gonna go with enjoyment 3.5, critically a 3.
That's fair.
I think, like I told you before, it's not
a bad movie, but
they're
not a
not
good
horrible
movie.
movies, but they're not great movies.
Yeah,
you know,
it's right there in the middle.
It's a middle of the road movie.
It was enjoyable.
It is enjoyable. What I loved about it was the satire of it, and the noir feel, and how you can tell from the very beginning of it that you're being told a story, not a story, but a graphic novel comic book story.
Yeah.
Because the way it's worded, the way that they're reading the lines, and the way that they're acting everything out, it's if you've read comics before, it reads and it acts just like a fucking comic book.
I have to say this. Would you say this is the same type of genre in the movie of like Trick or Treat and I forgot what's the name of the genre? When you have multiple stories in a movie, I forgot what it was.
Oh,
anthology.
Anthology?
Would you say this is an anthology film?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. In that respect, yeah.
Because that's how I see this as, because it's 3 different separate stories, but they all have just like Trick or Treat. They all kind of intertwine with each other, where characters like meet up in the second story and stuff like that. Would you see this as an anthology?
Technically, yes, but
because it wasn't made to be an anthology, because these were separate books.
These tie together with each other so well. They don't feel like separate stories. They feel like, okay, I'm just going around the corner over here, and this is going on. And while this around the corner, this is going on, and they're going to cross paths at the same fucking time. And it just feels, the tone, everything feels so right with them combined.
Yeah.
That, yes, it is an anthology, but it's barest.
Technically it is, yeah, but like
it's on the thin line of anthology.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You had your critical?
Yeah, critical. I already did that. But what was actually cool about it was, Stu just said, is how they all blended together. You know, like you're doing your thing, but you walk around the corner, and then this whole story is happening, and then go the other way, and this story is happening.
That's how I see it as an anthology.
You know,
think about it. Because
I mean, technically it is, but it's. I think it's very thinly. It's loosely based off on an anthology.
Yeah,
you know, where everything is put together that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because right before you see Dwight's character, you know, you've got Marv sitting at the table, and then it pans over to Dwight.
Yeah,
you know, so like the flow of each fucking story, I think, is really good. You know, and like critically, it's average. You know, the acting is, some of it I think is overacting, some of it's dry, wooden acting. But like I think it works well for what they were trying to do. But like we said earlier, just because it's bad acting doesn't make it good acting. So,
and Dame kills for.
Ugh, damn it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can be higher than
this. Was not good. This was 9 years after the first one, so this was, I think the premise of it kind of fucking fell off to the wayside. I think if they did it like 2 years after the first one,
it was too far apart.
I think it would have done better.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah,
just like you said, it's too far apart, and like critically and enjoyment wise, I give them both fucking 2.5. Honestly,
it's right in the middle.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's completely fair.
It's not good. The storyline is weak. With Joseph Gordon-Levitt, with being like the bastard son of the senator, you know, and like we said before, like Josh Brolin's character Dwight, like after he had his fucking face change,
surgery change, his plastic surgery.
Yeah, you know, like that would have been a perfect time to bring in Clive Owen for it.
Yeah.
But
Stu had a point on that.
They missed the fucking mark on that one.
I guess that was more of just like a casting thing, but
yeah,
I thought Clive Owen did better than Josh Brolin. I don't get me wrong, Josh Brolin's a great actor.
No, he is a good actor.
Like I know Stu, you loved him in Planet Terror. I thought you thought that was the best part of the movie.
I think the biggest issue there is that Josh Brolin brought a better character fulfillment, but it threw off trying to track between the first and second movie, that being the same character.
Yeah.
I think that was a major shortcoming. I won't say it's all of it, but it's a major part of what threw you off for that storyline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it took a bit to like realize this is a sequel,
right,
and a fucking prequel.
It was really weird,
all fucking mashed together. Like fucking Ava Green's driver, bodyguard / whatever the fuck he was.
Michael Clark Duncan character.
Yeah, you know,
that confused me because I thought
his
he died.
character and the guy who played him in the prequel or number 2, like you don't know that it's the same person until he's in the hospital bed with the golden eye.
Yeah,
right.
You know, so then it kind of like I don't know. For me, it was anyways. Like things started to line up.
It was
like,
it was
right,
very
so it's
Pulp
telling,
Fiction,
like very 2 stories.
Yeah.
You know, all at once.
It was very Pulp Fiction. Sin City was very like back and forth where it went to story to story to story.
Yeah.
Damned He Kills 4 was also the same thing, but it was like going from different time zones. So it was like prequel, sequel. It was just like, whoa, what the fuck? So it was trying to add up and try and connect to the first movie. It was strange.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, so that's mine.
All right, Stu, how about you?
Okay. Ranking of the vignettes. It's gonna be Dwight.
I figured that.
Hardigan.
Marv was your last.
Marv was last.
That was not what I was expecting. Okay.
Yep. Just the way the stories were being told, I thought more satisfying stories in that order. Enjoyment for Sin City. I'll give it a 3.5. I'll give it a 3.5. And it's come down over the years. It was something that I feel like I enjoyed when I was younger more than I do now. More things bother me watching it now than necessarily bother me watching it then.
Would you say
you got
anything
grumpier
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
it.
but would you say anything in this discussion?
Kind of like me.
But would you say anything in this discussion change your review, or was this something you were kind of sticking with?
What I'm sticking with.
Okay.
Critical. This is what I've been battling with since rewatching it, and I knew it was going to be difficult
because of the acting. The forced bad acting, which was supposed to be over the top.
I know, but I have to just view it as what was put on the screen, and what was put on the screen wasn't necessarily great. I'd have to give it a 2 3/4 critical.
Wow.
The visuals were nice. The sound was good. Obviously the script and the acting not great at all.
Well, there really wasn't no script. It was a graphic novel.
But that's still a script.
Yeah,
that is still a script. They're referring back to it in in between scenes as the script.
Yeah.
What they're gonna fucking say. It's the script.
So would you say this is not an adaptation?
It is an adaptation. It is. But unfortunately, when you're going from a graphic novel to a film, you can't only go by 100% what's being said on the pages.
Yeah.
Because in a graphic novel, in a comic book, you
have pictures.
They're telling a different amount of the language
Yeah.
Than a film does. It's a much shorter, much more clipped off, get to the point of telling the thing, because we're also focusing on the images and stuff like that in the graphic novels.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a lot too.
It is.
Oh, it is.
That's a lot of what you get from graphic novels and comics.
Yeah, especially Frank Miller. Frank Miller's, yes, he has good stories, but the visualization that he builds, the worlds that he builds,
when you think about
amazing.
Yeah, but when you think about this movie, is that the storyboards of this movie were the graphic novel.
I understand.
They tried to make every scene from the graphic novel into a scene in the movie.
I understand, but you're looking at in a graphic novel, you're looking at 1 to 4, boxes in a scene versus 5 to 7 minutes in a scene.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And so you don't need as much dialogue in those frames as you do to feel like it's telling and moving on the story as you would in a film.
Yeah.
Just timing wise, you need more.
Okay. Okay.
So, like I said, it's not great. So, yeah, 2 3/4 for critical. Dame to kill or whatever the fuck it is.
Dame to kills for. A dame to kill for.
Yeah. Enjoyment. I'm gonna go 2.5, and it was more of yes, she was super fucking sexy, but I really dug the way the actress played the character's manipulation, and it drew me in. I actually thought she
was manipulating you.
Kind of. I mean, no, she played it really fucking well.
Yeah, she did.
And I thought I think her acting was probably the best of anybody in the entire fucking movie. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% agree.
No, I can see that.
Yeah. So, and even that's not a great fucking performance. It's just she stole the show, and not just because of, like I said, her absolute gorgeousness, but the way she played the character, everything about her played right for the role that she was
Honestly,
playing.
I was wondering if they were trying to go for her being an embodiment of Esther, the fertility god.
Really?
I don't think that's what they're going for. I think that's once again you trying to relate it to other.
I was just it was They were kind of on a borderline of whether they were looking for an actual actually a deity versus her just being very sexual and manipulative.
Yeah.
I think that's her using her feminine wiles to the max.
Yeah.
And so like I said, yeah, that's what I'll give it for enjoyment.
What's your critical?
Critical.
This is
a 2.
That's fair.
A 2.
That's fair.
The
No,
visuals
I can
weren't
see that.
quite as good as they were in Sin City.
Which, believe it or not, is weird because the budget was higher, but it actually looked a lot better in the first movie.
Yeah. The acting was even worse, but I feel like this time they weren't even taking the time to try to make it feel like they were trying to act bad. They were just acting bad.
Yeah.
Which is a weird fucking mentality to go with.
Yeah.
The script also, once again, weak as shit as a whole.
That was him again.
I'm
was
not
Chris.
happy.
Chris, did we hear a chime from your computer again? Or-
I don't think so.
I didn't hear
that,
chime.
that might have been Ron.
My computer is off. My computer is off.
Could have been a hiccup. I'm suffering from hiccups again.
God.
No, we heard a
Yeah, it was a ding.
I didn't hear a ding.
That definitely wasn't me.
Nah.
My computer's off.
You have one right behind you.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I have
muted.
a Samsung. It doesn't make those fuck ass
It
Apple
is
noises.
muted. I mute the thing anytime we do a show now because of you guys. All right, so you got 2.5 and a 2.
Yeah.
I think we've either tuckered Chris out or he is feeling pretty good by now.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not going to say that I'm sober because that would be just an utmost lie. But
okay.
All right, well, Chase, why don't you go ahead and go to your pint reviews and your ranking of the three. This is one I've been waiting for because you
Merv,
have been,
the hard goodbye is going to be number 1. Somebody came home.
Elle's home, isn't she?
Elle just came home. Yeah.
Tell her we said hi. Thank you both for the edible buttholes.
Yeah, let her know that Chase was very happy about her butthole chocolates.
BF says hi, and they say that they like your buttholes.
All right, Chase. So, what are your
number 2 is going to be the Yellow Bastard.
What was the first one?
The first one is the Hard Goodbye.
Okay, so you're doing Hardigan last.
Yep, and
no, you're doing the Big Fat Kill.
Big Fat Kill is number 3.
Okay.
They weren't really all that far apart, honestly.
Interesting.
Critically, I came into this thinking it was going to be like 1.5 or 2 critically. But talking with you guys, you have very good points. So going with what it is, for what it is, I would have to give it a 3 out of 5 pints.
That's fair.
Enjoyability, I will also give it a 3 out of 5 pints because it is above average.
So 3.5, 3.5.
No, 3 and 3.
Oh, I thought you said 3.5. Okay.
Quit trying to inflate.
Critical is 3.
Critical is 3,
and 3.5 for an enjoyment.
That is correct.
Okay, I missed.
Spicy boner.
Misread it.
Okay. I appreciate you guys.
Who?
What?
Oh no!
That's a punishment shot.
What's my name, bitch?
Chris.
Oh shit!
Oh, poor Chris.
Spicy. I got a spicy boner.
It's Chase.
That's your second one, also.
Poor Chris.
All right.
Jaeger and what
Thank
was the
you
other?
for honoring our rules.
Yeah.
Be careful. Elle might take advantage of you tonight.
We can only hope.
She's probably wondering, are those fuckers still recording? What the fuck?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, Jaeger and Blue Curacao.
Yummy.
I'm not gonna have to try that out to see what it tastes like.
Probably
I'm curious.
like
It tastes like
trash.
Probably
fucking
tastes
NyQuil,
good.
the green death flavor of NyQuil.
I like licorice and I like blue curacao, so I'm curious what it's gonna taste like. Probably not that bad.
No, it's fucking awful.
Do we not have blue curacao there?
Everybody, shh.
We got plenty.
I
Then
like
go
to
try it.
listen to
I'll
his
make it.
misery.
I'll make
now.
it I'll do a finale of the show. There you go. Damn.
Yeah.
Fucking okay. There it is.
That shit's bad for you, isn't
Okay.
it?
Moving on.
Punishment. Yeah, it's medicine.
That's good for you then.
Medicine's good.
Yes, it is.
So
Like,
That's
not
like the
if you're
definition.
not sick.
So, what is a dame to kills for?
Dame to kill. Can
Dame
you
to
say
kill
it correctly once?
A dame
No,
to
you
kill for.
can't.
There
words
we
are
go.
hard.
I'm
You should know
proud
by
of you, Ron. You made it. You did it.
I tried.
Critically, I'm gonna give it a 2.5. It is middle of the road, middle of bullshit.
I think everybody's pretty much similar on this one.
Enjoyment is lower than that at a 2. I just wasn't there. Like you guys said before, there just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
It left you wanting. I don't know. I was really upset because when you guys said we're going to be reviewing this movie, I was like, oh man, I remember that. That was awesome. It's a fucking banging movie. That was really cool, you know. And then I rewatched it, and I don't know.
You sent me you sent a weird text in the group chat. And I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
He calls me. He's like, "What the hell happened? Did you find one of my old sex tapes?" I was like, "What the fuck do you mean?"
I seriously did. I
Such a disappointment. It was such a disappointment.
I sent a text to the group saying, "Oh, what the fuck was it?
Yeah.
What have you made me Why have you made me rewatch this trash or something like that?"
Something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Did you find a sex tape?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Rewatching your shit? Why did I find it in the first place? How could have I?"
Well, it confused me because the first time you told me that you watched Sin City, you said you liked it.
Right.
So I wasn't expecting that kind of. Even
Yeah,
Stu,
and-
you were shocked too when I
I
told
was.
because I called Stu when I was at work and I was like, Stu, what the fuck was that about? And he said, I have no idea.
I was mad. You like made me watch this when I'm older and jaded, and now it's sullied the memory.
Yeah.
You
Oh, that's
know?
like Bram Stoker's Dracula with Stu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I get it. It's one of those things. You got to be careful what you rewatch, man. You'll ruin your childhood.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, that's 2.5 critical and 2 pints, 2 out of 5 pints enjoyment.
right.
I mean, there was certainly some visually stunning stuff. They did a great job with that, and the music wasn't too bad at all, or the score.
But I will say this.
It's just the story was lacking. It just wasn't there.
I appreciate your review.
Ava Green, fucking hell yeah. I honestly, like, in all reality, yes, because her screen time was phenomenally gorgeous, and I would watch that on loop if I could.
But the manipulation.
But really, when you're looking at it, it is, quite frankly, the acting. How well she put in her character compared to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she probably pissed off the directors because she wasn't dumbing down her acting, and it paid off.
I have to disagree. All right, she was great, but I really enjoyed in the sequel Powers Booth as Rourke, the Senator Rourke. I thought that he did a good job because he plays a good villain. He plays a good villainous role. I enjoyed him very immensely in Deadwood.
Yeah, like Joseph Gordon-Levitt's, Rourke, and Ava Green. Those were the highlights of, I think, both of these movies.
I'll talk about that when it comes to my review. But your review's on?
Yeah. So talk about it.
Make your Chris shot. So it'll be for the finale.
All right. Well, first, before we,
you don't have to drive home. Go ahead.
Before we end our review, I'm going to let Chris plug his show before I get to my finale and the review.
Absolutely. So, Spoil My Movie on Instagram and Facebook and Threads. Spoil My Movie on Spotify and Apple Pods, and bonus points if you catch us on Good Pods, because we really want to boost those numbers.
Yes.
And yeah, absolutely. We're doing TikTok and YouTube Shorts and YouTube full episodes. I'm actually working on our YouTube video right now for our first peck-off competition between Conan the Barbarian and Rambo from First Blood.
I think we've got Chris
good matchup.
Speaking fancy cursive.
Yeah, you're a little slurring in your speech.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've had 2 punishment shots and 4 beers at this point, and
it's a fun episode.
Happen.
Hey, that's
sounds kind of like our pre-show meeting right there.
That's Barrel Age Flicks for you, buddy.
I'm a $1.45. All right, it doesn't take that much.
Yeah, you gotta join Stu and me on the Fat Clan because me and him are like in the 240s and 250s. So.
Fuck that! I'm pushing 3, baby.
Oh, well, so I'm nowhere near that.
Bro.
I'm 240. All right.
Then I need a few more beers.
We also have to thank the Deluxe Edition Network, the network, amazing network that we're a part of. You're two what?
You're two Chris's. That's the official unit of measure from now on. It's how many Chris's do you weigh?
Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
So seriously, thank the Deluxe Edition Network for the network they're a part of, the great other podcasts you have to check out, and also the podcast of the month, which we are podcast of
one
the
of.
month. Yes, with Bez Video and
Kindness Matters.
Yeah, Kindness Matters podcast. That's right. That's the one I didn't know of.
You know, as the ambassador of the den, you're supposed to be able to spit this shit right out.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks,
And
Stu.
don't forget that Ron is podcaster of the year.
Honorary. Well, no, that was 2020.
Did you vote for him? I didn't vote for him. Did anybody here vote for him?
No.
You guys would vote for yourself.
No
That's what it is.
voting necessary. It's just Ron.
No, I didn't know there was a vote up, to be fair. So.
There wasn't. It's
All
honorary.
Right. All right. So,
well, thank you guys for listening to the show. And, hey, tune in next week.
All right. So let's go.
It's going to be a blast.
All right. So let's go ahead and go to my ranking. So my ranking of
I thought we already did your ranking.
Oh, shut up.
I'm sorry. There was going on.
Ron.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My ranking of the 3 vignettes would be Marv. Actually, same way.
You guys keep calling him Marv, right?
That's his name.
It's not. It's Merv.
No, it's Marv.
It's Marv?
Marv.
It's Marvin.
I could have sworn it was Merv.
Marv.
I never
M-A-R-V.
Merv. It's
Marvin.
Marv.
Look it up.
It's even in the. Oh, here, hold on. I even played
No, look it up.
What up, Marv?
Okay.
Marv.
Bruce, Shelley, and keep it coming.
What'd you think of his P.O.?
It's Marv.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Are we doing a punishment
Think
shot?
she gets wild with that stump?
Well, I vote for a punishment shot because he called the wrong character. So there we go.
Yeah, you've said it a bunch of times too.
He's right. I did.
Yep.
Are you going to make us vote?
Big sad.
I vote yes.
Do you want us to vote?
Chris, you vote too.
Are you going to make us vote, or are you just going to say it like a man?
Aye.
If you're just going to sit there and not answer.
Now, we've had so many punishment shots, and none of them were voted yet. So that's
so
kind of...
you just wanted something to be official?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
You might get a self-destruct, so you might be lucky. Or you might get grabbed something
Keep
yummy.
talking about self-destructs, man. You've had your fill of them. The fuck?
What is it?
What is it?
Malort. Oh, it's his favorite.
You had the bottle last, Ron, when you were making it. When you were making
leave it
his
behind the
other
bar?
one.
Oh.
Yeah, let me go
Unprepared.
And make your Chris shot while you're there.
What?
Your Chris shot.
Jaeger and Blue Curacao.
No, it was 3/4 Jaeger, one quarter Curacao. Yeah.
Yep.
3/4 Blue Curacao.
3/4.
And half of Jaeger. And then
It
a
tastes
quarter
like
of
fucking
Malort's.
NyQuil. And not the
All right, so I'm going to try.
Yeah, but it'll put you to sleep.
Because I said I will try the.
I don't think he's going to have an issue with that later.
What?
Going to sleep? Not talking about you, Chris.
I mean, he might be one of those energetic drunks. You don't know.
I'll pass out.
No, he looks sleepy.
Ella's home now, so we'll see.
Hey, yo.
Just have her slap you around a little bit, wake you up.
Harder.
Where's Chase's tagline? Ron, where's Chase's tagline?
Oh,
Give me the dick. Give me the dick.
You fucking asshole.
Give me the dick.
Do you know the story
Give me the
behind
dick.
that?
I thought your
Give me
tagline
the
was
dick.
y'all like alcohol poisoning.
That
dick.
was for a little bit. Technically, it's fuck you,
Give me the
Chase.
dick.
But
right.
once upon a
Give me the
time,
dick.
I got a cock shot, and I was just
Give me the
extremely dejected about it. So I was like, just give me the dick.
All right, well, here, Chris, I'm trying your shot at the Blue Curacao and Jägermeister, so here we go.
All right.
That's not bad. You don't like this?
It's fucking awful.
That was good. I didn't even taste the Blue Curacao. I just taste Jaeger.
Maybe
I
we
like
should
Jaeger.
send you a bottle of Jepson's.
They definitely need a bottle.
Because everybody wants to have that in their house.
All right, well, this show is going way too long, so I need to go ahead and do my pint review so we can go ahead and end this fucker. So
what was
here
that,
we go.
Chris?
Dude, no, I'm just saying, like Malort, I would welcome Malort over Jaeger.
What the fuck?
He doesn't mind Malort. He doesn't mind it. All right, so like I said, the same ranking as what you did. 1, 2, 3. It's that Marv is my favorite. Big Fat Kill is number 2, and the Yellow Bastard is number 3. For Sin City, for the pint reviews, I'm gonna go ahead and give. I love this movie. I saw it in the theaters. I saw it twice in the theaters, and I've seen it many times, and I really enjoy this movie. My enjoyment is probably going to be about a 4.25. I'll do a 4.25. I was going to be higher, but I'll go a 4.25. I really love this movie. It's fun. I have a great time with it. I enjoy the stories. I love the comic book feeling of it. I think that the special effects, the black and white photography, and the little colors here and there is great.
Yeah, I can appreciate your appreciation for the imagery, but at some point you just got to draw the line and realize that you gave Predator a 5. I don't know if we can really.
The reason why I give Predator a 5 because I think it's one of the best action movies ever made of the time that when it came out. That's why I'm not going into that.
It's gonna be a whole nother hour.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing that. But anyways, the critical for Sin City, I would probably give this I can give this a 3.5. I'll give this a 3.5 for critical. I was thinking about doing a 4, but I'm going to go a little bit lower and go to 3.5 because the acting, Stu, I agree with you on the acting, especially on Bruce Willis and stuff like that. But you got to remember that it also was made to be over the top. But the visual effects, and there's some acting in here, especially between Dwight and Benice.
Yeah,
I thought that was really good acting right there. I thought that Mickey Rourke stole the fucking show of this movie. I thought he was the best part of the movie. In fact, I even enjoyed him in the second one. He was the best part of the second one. Even though he looked a little fatter and everything, he still had his Marv character in play. I thought he did a good job. But yeah, no, I would give this a 3.5 for enjoyment. I thought this was very enjoyable. This is a high recommendation. I think this is one of the best, if not one of the best, because I know you would say V for Vendetta is, but this is a very good graphic novel adaptation. I think this is a perfect adaptation. Because I've read the books, and when you read the book and you watch the movie, it's like you're watching what you just read. It was perfect in my opinion. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give a lot of credit to this movie. So I'm gonna give this a 4.25 and a 3.5, which I think is great for sincerity. A dame to kills for. Yes, this was hard. Are you?
You woke up his laptop.
What, did I say it wrong again? I did? Yeah. A dame to kill for.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
All right.
What did I say?
Kept pluralizing kill.
I don't think she
A dame
needs
to
an S
kills
on the
for?
ends of that
That's what you kept
sentence.
saying. I didn't even realize I was doing it. Maybe it's just I'm just slightly
You'll hear
buzzed.
it in the.
I'm sure it's calling you Squirrely Dan.
Oh, wonderful. No,
A dame's the kills for.
I don't think she needs an S on the ends of that words to
All right.
pluralizes it.
A dame to kill for. What I will give a dame to kill for is enjoyment. See, there's a lot of things I liked about this movie, but there's a lot of things that I didn't. It dragged a lot, but the acting, the amount of actors that were in it, Josh Brolin taking over Dwight, I didn't care for that.
Both of these movies are star-studded.
Yeah, it's a lot of stars. I mean, there's a lot of stars that you wouldn't expect. Christopher Lloyd, Lady Gaga.
I liked her little cameo in there. That was nice.
Although the Nick Offerman in fucking The First Sin
That was
City,
fantastic.
That was shocking. That I never expected that, and I brought that up to Sam when we were watching. I was like, "What the? Where did he come? Oh, that's him!" Because you hear his voice in the background when they're talking about the cars. But I guess my enjoyment I would give for this would be, I'll give it a 3. I'll actually give it a 3 for the enjoyment because it still continued the story. It kind of finalized the story of Nancy, which I enjoyed. It gave me a little bit more of Marv, which is the character that I really enjoyed in the first one. It wasn't as good as the first, but it gave me more of him. The Eva Green character, a great manipulator, and I thought that she did a great on her acting chops in that fucking role. But there was also things about it that I did not care for. There was things about it that just dragged too much and just wasn't. The Josh Brolin story was not my favorite. The Dame to Kill For story. I actually enjoyed the Marv Nancy story with the revenge on the Rourke. I enjoyed that more, and I like how it just ended on him being killed, and then it ended right there. So I give it a. What did I give it? A 3.5? 3. I gave it a 3. Yeah, I give it a 3. Right.
You're the one who's giving your rating.
I know.
3.5.
No, I think I gave it a 3.
I think you gave it a 7. Where did it go,
Fuck
George?
you. I gave it a 3. Now, my critical would probably be about a 2.5 for this because the writing wasn't as good. It felt rushed. It felt like it wasn't as well acted as the first one. So I would give it a 3 and a 2.5. 2.5 for critical. It just, is it worthy of a watch? Yes. If you like the first one, watch the second one, but don't expect a better movie. Don't expect like a true, like amazing sequel. Just just a mediocre sequel and everything else. So, but hey, guys, I want to thank Chris. I appreciate you being a part of the show.
Yes,
I appreciate.
absolutely.
No, we thoroughly enjoyed you having you
I'm
on.
so thrilled and
thoroughly
beyond
enjoyed you having
flattered
us
to
on.
be a part
Yeah.
of
It's been a great time.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Chris.
Hopefully you had fun.
Yeah, no, we had a great time.
I
This
totally
is
did.
Awesome.
This was so much fun. Thank you so much for joining us on this little journey on Sin City. And I've been looking really forward to this episode because originally it was gonna be Troy, and now I'm not looking forward to doing that because I got to read that stupid Homer's Odyssey fucking poem. But seriously, this was Homer's Odyssey
For what?
for Troy.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not what I already tried listening to it and it was fucking hell. But seriously,
It's a good story.
it's fucking hard to understand. But you remember, I'm simple mind here. I'm not like you.
So him listening to it was
We got
hard.
Simple Jack
so
in the
now,
house.
now he's gonna fucking read it.
Welcome to Middle English.
But seriously, guys, thank you
Everyone
for
knows
joining
you don't
us.
go full retard.
Thank you for joining us for this fucking Sin City episode, and we will see you guys next time for our great fan request that we're going to be doing. The next
DJ Ango.
Yes,
DJ Khaled's cousin.
Django Unchained, which I'm really curious how that's going to turn out. I think that's going to be a fun episode to talk about.
It's a fun movie.
A fan request. So,
Never
see you
seen
guys.
Nope.
Really?
Okay.
I haven't.
You've never seen Django?
You haven't seen
Unchained?
Django yet?
No.
I've been wanting to for years.
I just keep forgetting about it.
It's a good one.
Honestly, I heard it's good.
It's a good one. You'll enjoy it.
It is good. I'm not a fan
I
of
hear
Jamie
it's
Foxx.
in the top 100 movies ever made.
Leonardo DiCaprio actually plays a good villain as Candy.
Yeah.
Tarantino.
Yes.
Sam Jackson was amazing in it.
He's always good.
No, Christopher Waltz was great. He
Yeah.
was fucking
No,
amazing.
everybody was on fucking point.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I thought he was going to say Walken, and I was like,
And
I do not
he
remember
actually
reading
injured
that.
himself. We'll talk about it when we get to the episode, but that's going to be a fun one.
Yep.
Anyways, guys, this was a great episode. We will see you all later. So later, everybody.
No, you won't. You won't see us. Go fuck yourself.
Thank you for listening to our latest episode of Season 4 of Barrel Age Flicks. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Guys, this helps out enormously. Give us a follow on Instagram at Barrel Age Flicks Podcast. If you would like to send us a special film request, please contact us via Instagram and we will give you a personal shout out on the show. We are also on Facebook and Twitter. Our podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Audible, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. Make sure you check out Barrel Aged Chicks, our spin-off show where you get the girl's perspective. Subscribe to our Patreon for uncut video and early access to our podcast. Special thanks to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube for his awesome music. This guy fucking rocks. Check him out. Want to give a shout out to Sammy, one of our guest hosts on the show who does our amazing album artwork. Thank you, Sammy. Our podcast only exists because of listeners like you. To find other great shows, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. Hope you join us for our next episode. Later, guys.